Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Todd's Corner. Nothing special planned for today. I'll have Mark Craig with us here in a little while. Caught him at dinner time. He's going to finish that up and give me the heads up. And I'm not sure what Gordon's doing, but I'm sure he's out there doing, on a nice day like this, doing something. So anyway, like I said, nothing's scheduled. I was going to do a Bob Wood interview, but he asked me to postpone that until he gets his move and his books finished up. So it'll probably be later on this summer or early fall. I'll catch up with him. We had David Hirsch explain this to us about his book that him and Bob are working on. So we got some insight to that, and it'll be out soon, I hope. I'm looking forward to seeing that and reading it. It might be actually one that I might read. So here we are, just going to hang out with me for an hour. I've got things I want to do later too, so we're just going to keep this to an hour. And anybody that's got any questions, I will try to answer them. Hey, Nick, how you doing, buddy? There's a link that I can send you guys that you can go to that let Facebook show your name on the show on my screen, so I can tell who's here. Because on the Facebook, it just says Facebook user. So if you haven't done that link, when you say hi, tell me who you are. That way I can keep track of you. I see Jeff Rubel out there. Like I said, Nick McCarty. Somebody else said, hi, Todd, how are you? And I'm not sure who that is. But, so I'm going to be by myself manning these questions. So forgive me if I look away or check out some of these questions and people saying hi. So we can talk about anything today. I will say that let's see, 1612 is releasing their new stun gun and comm lock pretty soon. Yes, everybody's been waiting on it, and I've seen we've been waiting the whole year. Sometimes this stuff happens, and they're trying to get these things designed to not be a toy, but also not be a full-fledged prop that would cost you, parts of your hand or maybe even an arm and a leg. So that's what they're trying to do. So if you want a real prop, you're going to pay for a real prop. If you want something in between, that's what they're shooting for, and they're going to do a pretty good job, but sometimes it takes a little while. Just got to cut them some slack. The China thing with the I can't remember the name of that boat that was in the middle of the canal, but a lot of our stuff was on boats behind that, so a lot of shipping delays. And they also said they're going to release the little 5-inch Eagles and launch pad with sounds and lights and everything. So that'd be a good thing for you guys to grab onto, especially you folks that don't have a whole lot of space. So I'm going to get one, even though I'm running out of space. But I think it's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be. I've got the big 172 scale, and that's a bit too big for me even to display. So I've got it hanging on my wall. I think Mark's ready to come in here, so I'm gonna bring Mark in so we can talk.
Hi everyone.
So Mark Craig, you've seen his posts. He's pretty good at photography and doing these diorama sets. So
yeah, I'm not such a good model maker in terms of craft, but it's model dioramas that are my thing, and I'll let you into some secrets today, because I've actually just started work on some new pieces to go with my new UFO model from UFO, which I can show you when you're ready.
Nice. Yeah, go ahead and do that while I try and get to my YouTube stuff.
Well, because most of the UFO work that I've put onto Facebook so far and onto my website, marksmodelworlds.com, I've used mostly the Product Enterprise, now 1612 UFO, and also the very small Konami, which I'd always wanted some alien figures, and I found the company called Todd, who make these small figures, alien figures, and they also are sold, I think, by Crooked Dice. But the size of the aliens was a little too large, probably, for the Product Enterprise UFO. And a number of people have often said, oh, it doesn't look quite right, the UFO looks too small, etc. And so I knew about the kits for cash UFOs, and I kick myself that when they were being sold on eBay a couple of years ago, I didn't bother getting one. One of the many reasons for that was because it is a kit, and it's not as simple as it looks. And I didn't really have the courage to tackle it myself. So that's why I put it off buying one. And the company, I thought they'd gone into administration, but someone's corrected me today when I put a Facebook post up showing progress as I completed the model UFO today. That they didn't go into administration, but the guys who ran the company just decided to get into something else. So they stopped making them, and so they stopped coming up for sale on eBay. And I can't remember how much they were, whether they were something like £80 or something like that. And they haven't been on for a while. And it was only really when people had been commenting on the different scales between the figures and the alien figures and Product Enterprise UFO. And I was thinking, maybe I should have got one of those kits for cash UFOs. And quite by chance, 3 weeks ago, one actually came up on eBay. And I thought, I'm having that. It was on auction, and I waited the 7 days. Nobody else bid on it. So I put a bid at the last minute, and I got it. So I've spent the last week or so building it, in between doing some filming work. I've been away filming for a new drama series for the BBC down in the southeast of England and just north of London in 2 different locations. So I came back last weekend and I started it. I did so much, and then I had to go away again. And I came back last Friday, and I finished the model today. And there it is. As you can see, it's much larger than the Konami and double the size, certainly, of the Product Enterprise.
It is big.
This is supposedly actual studio size, so the size of model that they actually used in the filming of the series. I mean, the basic body inside was very easy to put together, obviously, but it's the dome at the top, the Perspex dome, and the bottom part, which they come formed in a shape like a box, and a part of this box. And it says in the instructions, it says you have to use like a Stanley knife or whatever, sharp blade, to score continuously around the rim to cut it out of the box. Well, you can't do that in the way the box is formed. You have to cut away the bulk of the box first. Boy, was that difficult. Even the strongest pair of scissors I had could hardly cut through it. It was just impossible to cut through it straight with a Stanley knife. And I struggled. It took me over an hour to cut most of the excess away from each of the 2 domes. before I could actually start scoring around the edge with the Stanley knife. And I was doing that then for over an hour, and he just never seemed to make any progress or get anywhere with it. It was a nightmare. And I know lots of people who bought these kits still haven't made them because they've heard that it is a real ball ache to do. And it is, really, trust me, it is.
I think I have one of those kits.
Sorry?
I think I have one of those kits that's unbuilt.
Right, okay.
Who did it? Who did the kit?
It was a company called Kits for Cash, and they did have a website, but if you go to it now, it says 404. It's gone.
Right.
The website's
They're out
gone.
of business.
So yeah, they stopped. They stopped trading about 2 or 3 years ago, I think. Which is a shame, because I think the more people get to know about this kit, I think people probably would want one. So, like me, if you really want one, you're going to have to keep your eyes open on eBay for them to come up. And as I said, I hadn't seen one for a very long time. This is not the Shed kit, by the way. The Shed kit, I believe, which was done several years ago, and there are two on eBay that have been on for quite a while, but they're quite expensive. But I believe they're not much bigger than the Project Enterprise 1612 version, so that was, of course, no use to me. They have similar issues in, again, you have to cut the domes out of a preformed shape, and somebody sent me a comment on one of my Facebook posts about it the other day, showing me a picture of their Shed kit, and all the dome was all cracked with big chunks coming off it, and they came a cropper trying to cut it out where it all cracked. And if it cracks, basically you're done. And theirs unfortunately had. I think somebody did mention on one of my Facebook posts today that they're actually making their own, and they can actually make these domes. So I'd have to have a look back at that and check out with the guy, if that is the case. If I did read that correctly, that somebody can actually make these domes. So that would be useful for anyone whose one has broken. And I nearly did break mine. I was okay doing the top dome, but the bottom dome, what you do is you cut so far with it with the knife, and when you just get tired of it, what I did, I took a pair of pliers and basically snapped it off all the way around. But I was conscious all the time that I could snap away something I didn't want to, and I did. And there was this very small centimetre long bit that you probably won't be able to see it on the camera if I can find where it is on here. There it is. I don't know if this will show. Just there, it's so slight. There it is. Hang on. There, can you see that? Just there.
Barely.
There it is.
Oh yeah.
It just cracked off a little bit too much than I wanted it to. So I thought, well, I'm not going to use this one for spinning on any of my videos or anything. So I thought I'm only going to use this one on a static diorama display. So I will always show the best side, not its side where it's got the damage on it. So I managed to get that done. I finished it today. So painting, I used that chrome effect paint, which I think has done really well on it. So I'm more than happy with this. I should have brought them.
That's a nice size too.
Little aliens are only about that big with it. The Tarv alien, they're about that high. So I think the scale works much better. So today I thought, well, I'm going to have to, obviously, most of my dioramas, I do my other models, my Space 1999 models and stuff in, really 1:76 HO scale. But this obviously is bigger. So I need bigger trees. And so I thought, right, okay, so here I'll let you guys into some of the secrets. This is new experiment I'm doing. I need a base, obviously, because these things are going to be quite large, these trees. And I don't want to put them onto a proper base because I haven't got the space for another big AO board in my house with big trees. And where am I going to store it? And I thought if I can do the trees as individuals, so I can store those much easier somewhere, they take up a lot less space, and I can move them around and put them on the other dioramas as I do, because I have lots of loose trees on my other dioramas I can reposition to make it look different all the time. So I thought, first of all, I need something as a base. And so looking around the house, I found some old blank DVDs which will not work in my DVD recorder. They're Hewlett-Packard, and I think basically they're crap. My DVD recorder just spits them out and doesn't want to know. So I thought, I'll use these. So what I did was, as you can see, I drilled a hole in a group of them with an electric drill. And then I went into the garden, and I have been keeping since last summer, since last autumn and through the winter, any bits of annual bedding plants that are quite densely twiggy. And this, I can't remember what, I think it's an erythium or something like that, I think it's called, is what this was. It's quite woody, and you can see some of the detail. I don't know if that picks up on the camera. You can actually see the detail of it. It looks quite woody. It doesn't focus too well as it's closer to the camera. And so what I did was I put a screw through the hole and up into the base of the tree so that it will actually stand up on the base like that. So I've got that. And then the next stage is a bit like Blue Peter that we used to have that show here in the UK, showing one I've done a little bit further on. Here's another one where I've put, that Mod Rock bandagey stuff, they use for making plaster casts with. I've just coated that with a few lumps underneath it, and I've just put this on just before I started eating my tea an hour ago. So I've put that, trimmed it around. So what I will do is I will paint that brown and put some brown flock on it, and I'll get some mosses, put some mosses on it. And then obviously for the foliage on the tree, obviously I'll be using lichen. I've only got this bag of it left at the moment. I've just ordered some boxes of it on eBay, which is much, much cheaper to do that and buy it from my local model store. So all this lichen is basically what I will stick onto all of these little branchlets, and then I will have a number of very large trees to go with my very large UFO. So there you go. There's how a new way of doing model trees that I'm working on at the moment. So I'll show you the effect when it's all finished, probably next week or whatever, when I've done them. So there you go.
That's pretty cool. I would have never thought about that. See, that you may not be spectacular at building the models, but when you're adding, effects and stuff like that, looks like you got it down.
Yeah, the thing that I do is, and I knew this from when I built my first woodland diorama to take pictures of one of my Project Enterprise Eagles on. The first woodland diorama I built was probably a little bit too small. It was great when I put the Project Enterprise UFO on it, but when I put the first Eagle on it, there wasn't quite enough space. It just fitted, and then I thought there are some occasions when I wanted to photograph two eagles side by side, as they had on the series, and they just wouldn't fit. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have to build a bigger woodland diorama set, a bigger one. So I built another one, and when I built the second one, I realised that I could place the two side by side in different positions, so that when you're setting up your camera position, you get a different look, right, just by moving, one of the dioramas into a different location. So you could shoot. So my second diorama, which is on an A1 size board, I can put the camera on any side, but I can put the other diorama beyond it, tilted in any particular way, and it gives that impression of looking totally different. So I can get multiple looking camera angles just by using the two dioramas. So after that, what I then started to do was, when I built the farm diorama I used in one of my UFO shots ages ago, that also was made so that I can put the other woodland dioramas behind it, next to it. And so therefore it extends the model set, the one model diorama set. It can be extended, you know, and you get all these multiple different camera angles. And so I love experimenting with the stuff now so that I can put stuff together. And those of you who've seen, again, on my website and on some of the Facebook posts, I did a UFO stuff about a year ago where I had, I think I called it Aliens on the Beach. And I had my ocean diorama, which again is an A. At that time, I had just the one. I now have two. A1 size board with my model water on. I positioned that next to. I had behind it the lunar moons I'd made to display on my moon landscapes dioramas. Separate. I put that behind, and it looks just like it's like Italy or something in the distance on the other side of the water, and then in the foreground, to one side, I'd have my woodland dioramas, so it looks like trees and stuff coming up to the water's edge. But to disguise the straight edge of the water and the straight edge of the woodland diorama base, I had a load of, you know, the small sand that I use when I do my photograph, my Moonbase Alpha model, like very, very fine grey gravel to make it look like a beach. And so I made a wavy line to disguise the join between, and it looks just like a beach with the trees and vegetation on one side and the water on the other. So all of my dioramas are made so that I can put them together in different combinations and create different looking scenes each time, including my moon landscapes, because I've got two main ones with nothing in but mountains and rocks and flat areas to put the eagles and the other craft and the UFO craft down into. But I've also got the permanent one with the shadow moon base on, so that's the third one. And of course, but when I do put together my Moonbase Alpha, my 1-76 or 1-86, or whatever you want to call it, Moonbase Alpha buildings, in that case, I just use just a plain A1 board, and I position the buildings on it in different combinations. I can put them in, you know, because each of the buildings is individual, just like they had on the series. So I can put the buildings in any position to get different shots, and I just pour. I've got this big bag of grey sand that I just pour around it, and then I put indentations in it for moon buggy tracks and rough ideas of craters and so on. So that's how I do my model dioramas.
Where do you put all this stuff? I mean, where's it stored while you're doing all this?
That is a problem. I only have a fairly small house. So in the spare bedroom, under the divan bed, the sliding cupboard doors, there are 3 dioramas stored underneath that divan bed. And in that bedroom, there's also a big wardrobe, and that has my big woodland one just on top of the wardrobe. So that's, and the Shadow Moon base is there, the farm is there, and the Woodland 1 diorama base is there. All the others, I have a big cupboard, that's an old airing cupboard in my bedroom, and they're all stacked on top of each other. So all the moon ones are all stacked on top of each other. And the ocean dioramas are slotted in. My field diorama, the Heathland one I did earlier last year, that's in there too. Just all stacked on top of each other. But and then things like all the my Moonbase Alpha buildings are on top of a bookcase, just stacked on top of each other in my bedroom. And the trees are just wherever I can put them on top of the bookcases, just piled on top of things. Right. So the problem at the moment I have is that if I want to build any more proper dioramas, I haven't really got the storage space, and there are 2 that I want to build, and I have been wanting to build for quite some time. I want a permanent Logan's Run Dome City, because those of you who've seen my website would have seen that I did have the domes, some old light fittings, and I actually did it as a temporary setup. The shots I did, but I want to build a permanent one. And I also want to do another with a road with a curve on it, that I want for very specific shots. I think I want to do, but again, at the moment, I haven't got the space for them, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So So storage is a problem. Yeah,
that's understandable. Me to do a couple shout outs here. Darren Peters is here. Hi, Darren. Gary Reynolds. Jenny Lobb. Yes, I'll talk about that Caldorian ship in just a moment. And welcome to Todd's Corner. I haven't seen you here. It's glad to see you. Dennis Chevalier is here. Eric Longstreet. Let's see. Who else is down here hiding? I thought I saw... Oh, there's a couple of Facebook users. I can't see who you are, so if I didn't mention your name, mention who you are, and I'll call you out. So Jenny Lobb sees the Caldorian back there, and that is a 148 scale, and it is it's pretty big. Let me see if I can.
It's not the 1612 one then, Todd?
No, it's Time Slip Creations, George Takax. You know what? He's going to be at Wonderfest. I'm going to ask him how to say his last name. But yeah, he's done that. And I got it at Wonderfest a couple years ago before the crazy COVID hit us. Let me see if I can share my screen. Oh, wow, that's weird. Why is it blinking like that? Let's try that again. There we are. So yes, it's nice. Quite big, and they are still available. Jenny, if you're wanting one, let me know, and I'll get you one. No problem. They're not that hard to build, but you see that wonderful paint job there. You gotta get the right color blue. It even looks, in the two different pictures on my screens here, it looks darker, what you guys are seeing, and it looks lighter, and so it's that combination of paint and light again. So yeah.
Todd, it looks like, what I can see, is some of the panels slightly lighter and darker. You know, that slight variation in color.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's the thing I couldn't do. I can't do that type of paint job myself.
See if I can get a little closer on the. There we go. Get me out of the screen and show the actual kit. So yeah, it's and the decals are really good. So it's got some decals in here, and these are all. I can't remember if he painted these on, but there's decals for that too, I believe. And these are made out of brass, if I remember correctly. So George does a good job at any kit he releases. So yeah, these are definitely available.
That's really nice. But I'm happy with my 1612 one.
Yeah, those are the ones meant for the 12-inch Eagles. Yeah, I've got one of those. I've got a Jim Small somewhere back here. Where are you? Oh, it's in my cabinet, which I'm probably getting a glare off of. Come out wherever you are. Yeah, this is the Jim Small, which is basically the same scale as the
1612.
1612, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's this was one of my favorite things that I found a few years ago. I looked, and one of our guys from the group in New York had the kit, and I saw it go up for sale. I don't know how, or maybe he contacted me. I don't remember, but I scooped it up. One of my buddies built it for me. That was back when I couldn't do anything with my hands and everything, but That's one of my favorites.
When 1612 released their version with the Rescue Eagle, and those of us who bought them, got them to play with, get them out of the boxes, those who do get them out of the boxes, because I know not everybody does, it then reopened the debate, I think, about the fact that the difference in height for the airlock tube between the two, they don't actually meet,
right?
Because they didn't in the series itself. They had to fudge it. But when we actually got the models from 1612, again, when you try to put the two together, you realise that the Eagle sitting on a base with the connecting airlock tube is much lower and won't connect with the airlock portal on the Caldorian spaceship.
Yeah, I did some photography with that one, and when I set the 12-inch Eagles next to it and put the tube on, I was like, this ain't working right. So I had to put things underneath the black cover that I had for the photography to lift the Eagle up higher to reach the Caldorian ship. So
I did the same when I did my photo shoot. Yeah.
Of course, back in the 70s when they made these shows, I'm sure they had to do the same thing. I'm not sure. I know the original, I think there was two. So the bigger Caldorian original ship is still amongst us. Mr. James Winch has that one in his collection. I'm not sure if, I know there were two different scales, but I don't know about the smaller one, where it's at. But Jim keeps us pretty good at being able to see his collection, so it's pretty cool. Here's another shot of it with that's the 22-inch Eagle passenger pod, so you can see it's quite large. So that kit is still available. Like I said, if you want to let me know, I'll grab you one. You're welcome, Jenny. And we'll get you one. And we'll get it. If you don't want to build it, we can build it for you. We'll figure it out. That's what we do here. Space 1999 props and ships.
Todd, can you see that? I've put on my screen. I've tried to share it with you. Can you see it or not?
No.
You can't. Oh, right. Okay. Never mind.
Trying to see. Yeah, the Earthbound kit from 1612 is pretty cool. They did a good job with it. I haven't really looked at it. I haven't unboxed a lot of my 1612 stuff because I've got so much back here. A lot of the episode Eagles and a lot of stuff sets I already had because I got the warp kits and added them to the 12-inch Eagles. So I'm just leaving those displayed and keeping the other ones in the box for now.
I like to get them out and photograph them as soon as they arrive.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I've been waiting for so long. I mean, 1612, bless them, they so often they've teased us with things that are coming, and we've had to wait such a long time for them to get them. And then when you do, it's like, wow, it's like it's a birthday present that you've been waiting years for, when it suddenly arrives and you think, oh God, here we go. So things like, like the Rescue Eagle, that was, I think, originally going to be in the hangar set when it was first announced. Mm-hmm. And then they pulled the Rescue Eagle and said they were going to do it with the Caldorian ship. But I think nearly 2 years we had to wait till we actually got it from when they first suggested that's what they were going to do. So 2 years we had to wait. Now, I know some other people have had to wait much, much longer, for other things that have been promised. 1612 are somewhat guilty of that. They've promised stuff, and it's been years, and it still hasn't materialized yet. It's supposedly still in development. But I think other places, is it Big Finish Productions doing the large Commander Koenig doll? Somebody posted a Facebook
post
about
Big
it.
Chief.
Big Chief, that's it. Yeah, right. Big Chief. Yeah, I remember looking at that, thinking, "Oh, that's pretty cool." But it's been promised for such a long time, and people who pre-ordered it years ago are still waiting. I don't know what the delay is. Why is it taken 2 years plus, whatever it is, from them announcing it and showing the presumably prototype of it, and over 2 years, and it's still, the people who pre-ordered it still haven't got it.
Right.
What's that about? I don't get it.
Well, I've ordered it. I'm one of those guys waiting, and I'll keep waiting, but because I'm sure it's going to be pretty cool when we get it. But they haven't put very many messages out about, hey, we're getting ready. The COVID obviously put a damper on a lot of stuff. But I doubt that they would have even had it ready by now, even if COVID wouldn't have popped up. So I don't know. They should be keeping us well kept up on that, especially some people like me have already paid for it. Eric, that Caldorian ship is under $200. I don't remember exactly what it was. It's definitely under $200. So, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. 1612, I think they get excited about something, and Steve just wants to tell everybody about it. That's not a bad thing, except for you're going to have delays, so maybe I know he's trying to gain interest because he doesn't want a failure. And so far, they haven't had a failure. So, they sold out all of their 44-inch Eagles, which is amazing.
Mm.
That's a pretty penny. And I think that there was 100. I don't remember, but there was a lot.
When I first found 1612, because they were announcing as part of the range, they were going to be doing the Hawk, and I think that was one of the things that first attracted me to 1612 and their range. And of course, I started buying the stuff, and then was it about 2-3 years ago they announced that they were withdrawing the Hawk, from the smallest, not the massive one, but the smaller, the 12 whatever inch one. They were withdrawing because it was not cost effective for them to make, I think they said at the time. So I remember a lot of people were very disappointed about that. I certainly was. But then the news was just over a year ago. They said, "Oh, we are going to be doing it. There is going to be a war game set, and we will be releasing the Hawk." And it's like, "Oh, great! Yeah, we're getting the Hawk back again." So, and I think isn't that one of the next Eagle set to come out? I think is the
the War Games. I think so.
And they're doing a separate Hawk, aren't they? The original white color scheme. So yeah. I've certainly ordered both because I'm very keen to get my hands on those and start photographing them and doing stuff with them. Because I think I've already announced that one of the things I would like to do is to try and recreate some of the scenes from the episode War Games with my model diorama of Moonbase Alpha under attack. So that's something that I'm looking forward to doing once we get those particular models later this year. So, but of course, the big announcement was a couple of weeks ago when they said they're going to be doing the Swift. That's
going to be a good one.
How long are we going to have to wait for it, though? That's the question. They've not said We doubt we'll get it this year. Will we get it next year or the year after? So how long are we going to have to wait for it? That's the $1 million question.
Yeah, there's going to be some. If he mentioned it, I'm guessing that he's already working on it. So you got that development stage, and you can. I know what he's doing. He's just trying to see what kind of gauge people are going to be. But that was a no-brainer. I mean, a Swift is going to sell, and it's going to sell out. So I would say early next year before we get that. I mean, he's got to do all the pre-planning and all that stuff. So he's getting his money's worth out of his license, though. I mean, that's the first thing you gotta do. You gotta convince ITV to say, okay, yeah, and how much you're gonna make it, because it's all about dollars to them. So if you're not gonna make enough money, because you can see, I know that for a fact, the way that they did with Lee Malone on his 44-inch Eagles. He was putting out 4, 5, 6 here, and then along comes a company that says we can do 100 of each in much less time. So they went, okay, we like your idea better. We're gonna sponsor you. So it's all about money with ITV. If you can make them money, they'll more than likely go with you.
Yeah, well, ITV are very keen on blocking free streaming of their material on sites like YouTube. So often people on the Facebook groups will say, oh, look, here's a link to an episode of UFO or Space 1999. And certainly in the UK, you click on the link and it comes up with, this is blocked by ITV PLC on copyright grounds. Mm-hmm. So, we can't watch stuff like that here in the UK. I think there is an archive.org site or something that I think you can. I think I've tried it and I did manage to get to see some episodes once. But I mean, most dedicated fans will have the Blu-rays or right. Or certainly on DVD, in your own home to watch whenever you want. Nobody can ever take that away from you. I mean, I know it's we have a channel called Forces TV here in the UK, which every so often shows UFOs being on about 5 times. They've just finished screening UFO again, I think for the 5th or 6th time. I think Space 1999 they've shown twice, from memory. And then it was shown more recently, Space 1999, on the Sci-Fi channel. And it's not on at the moment, so I don't know who will show it again next, whether that will be Sci-Fi or if it will be Forces TV. It'd be nice to see it on ITV, so that would bring it really back to the mainstream British viewing public. If ITV, I think it was on ITV4 the last time they screened it, and I think that's probably 10 years ago, I think. Right. I would imagine. On ITV4 to bring new audiences to it, and of course it's on BritBox, which is one of these streaming things you have to pay. I think it's £6.99 a month we pay, but they've got a lot of really good stuff on. Most of the Jerry Anderson material is now on it. Not necessarily all the black and white stuff, but certainly all the colour. Right. Puppet series are on, including UFO and Space 1999. Lots of classic Doctor Who is all on. Time Slip, The Prisoner, Sapphire and Steel, all the type of stuff that we as sci-fi fans tend to enjoy. Blake 7 is on there. All of it, all 4 seasons of that. For £6.99 a month. Not trying to advertise for BritBox, so I'm just mentioning those who didn't know. Right. Is this on there? And that was one of the reasons why I got BritBox was because they were putting the stuff on. Even though I've got the stuff on Blu-ray and DVD, it's just great to see it actually on your telly that other people can watch at the same time as you do.
Yeah, it's on here in the U.S., but since I got the Blu-rays and everything, I don't really keep up on it. But there are people in our group that says, "Hey, you're having a Space 1999 run on so and so channel or a UFO," which I still need to sit down and watch. But man, life is just keeping me crazy. So yeah, well, I enjoy the fact that it's still available on TV, because it's fun to watch them on DVDs and Blu-rays, but there's just something about watching them on TV that brings back the old days.
Very much so. Do you know, when I first saw Space 1999, I remember I was 14. It was year 2. I'd never seen year 1, and there was a magic about it. It just grabbed me in a way that nothing else had quite done before. Maybe the classic Star Trek to a certain degree, and maybe Doctor Who.
Right.
But certainly at that age, for me, year 2 was just perfect viewing material. And I lived week by week just to be able to watch those first 9 episodes that I saw in the region of the UK I was living in at the time, which and I've discussed this before. I would move to live on the island of Anglesey off the northwest coast of Wales, and it wasn't screened by that regional ITV station. And do you know what I mean? It was just years till I got to see the rest of the episodes. But seeing every episode for the first time, there was like that magic. And now, years on, I'm 58 now. I really wish that I could recapture that euphoria, that feeling that I got watching an episode brand new for the first time. And I envy people now who are just discovering the series for the first time,
right,
and to see it. I know it's a little bit different for them in that there's a lot more sci-fi around, with CGI effects.
Yeah,
it might look grander and bigger and maybe better. Not in my opinion, it isn't, but in some people's, it might. Other stuff might be better. But for me, as I said, I just envy people seeing it for the first time, and I wish I could recapture that.
Yeah,
and I always did, really, to be honest, when the Blu-rays came out, because the Blu-ray picture quality was just so stunning that I found myself looking around the actors, behind them, and everything in the background. I don't know if everybody else is the same. And you start looking for the details of things you've never been able to see before, because the detail wasn't that sharp, and you could see things. It was almost like watching it for the first time. That you knew the plot, you probably knew the script off by heart, but visually, so many more things that you could spot now on Blu-ray that you couldn't see back in the 70s and 80s when you watched it. Yeah, you the same?
Yeah, Eric, the things we do for love of our TV show, that's for sure. So let's see who else we got. I see Wes Sargent's here. Christian. I'm not even trying to say it. Okay, Christian. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to chop up your name, but Christian's here. Looks like Warren's here. Oh. So, yeah, we're having a good little show here today, and really nothing planned. Since we've talked about 1612, I want to go back to our buddies at Round 2 that are coming out with the stun gun and comm-lock kits. Those are going to sell well, too. Everybody's wanted a styrene kit for a long time, one that you can actually put lights and sounds and everything in, because it's pretty roomy. I've seen both, so both can be turned into working props. You can put a laser in it. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm looking forward to those. We're getting close, and in doing that, Wonderfest looks like it's going to happen. So I'll be at Wonderfest for sure. I'll have the suite, the Space 1999 suite for everybody to visit and bring up any models that you built or anything like that, and we'll get Jamie up there and we'll have a good old time. And Jamie's going to be at Wonderfest with his setup, so don't be shy. He loves to talk. He doesn't want to just stand there and watch everybody walk by. He wants to talk about things, and they'll have more than just 1999 stuff, obviously. But yeah, that kit is going to be popular, and hopefully he'll have one to show us at Wonderfest. I've also been told Voyager kit will be there with kits to buy, and that's straight from, I call him GT, George Tech X, Take X, whatever. That came from his lips, that the Voyager kit will be there, which is fantastic because I've got a lot of people wanting that kit. And I'll be there, and we'll have some goodies for everybody. We're not sure yet if Mike and Debbie Reeder are going to be able to get out of Canada because they got the borders closed. Can't let anybody in or out. Got to keep them in here. So that's coming up pretty quick. I think that's June 4th and 5th. I'll
5th and 6th.
And yeah, 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So I'll be looking forward to that. And there's not a whole lot of information out yet, but I know they are going to require masks, which whatever makes it happen, I'm all for it. I also wanted to show a couple of models that I have. We all know Uncle Bill, Bill Oram. He's done a lot of nice stuff over the years. His 148 tanks, the laser tanks, are just incredible. He just sent me the flatbed, and these are in the 148 scale. And I'm going to put me up front for a minute so I can show everybody what's going on here. I'm going to get rid of... So, all right, here we go. Here's the flatbed. And boy, is this a pretty one. I'm missing the tip of the laser gun here. I'm getting another one. But yeah, look at this. This thing's a beauty.
There's a lot of detail in that.
A lot of detail. His kits are always highly detailed. That's why I'm happy to wait on them.
Do the tracks move? Do the wheels turn and the tracks move?
No, not on this one. You can buy. There's a tank kit that you can buy that will let you make it remote control, or just able to roll around. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of detail to these, and a lot of people have them. But you can only get these from Timeless Hobbies in the UK. So I don't know if everybody knows about that. So that's why I'm going to advertise for him today, because he's one of the good guys. I love Bill, and Tony from Timeless Hobbies is an awesome guy. I'd like to get him on this show one of these days. He's been around since Comet Miniatures and all that stuff. So yeah, this is very highly detailed. It's got the pilot in there. Come on, get the glare off of it. Probably not gonna be able to get the glare, but there you go. You can see it.
You can just see it. Yeah.
So that's the flatbed, and then he's got. This is the one that I call bubble top. Again, lots of details in these ships, in these kits. Look at all that, and they're pretty accurate as far as the filming models, the door in the back, all that stuff. It's you can't beat it. And at this scale, you can really see the details.
Cool.
And then you've got the little. This one's got a pilot also, whatever you want to call them. And then the one everybody loves to death, the eagle nose. And details on this are just as crisp. Get my big fingers out of the way, you'd see it. But yeah, you see those grills and everything. I mean, this is, if you put this, there's a picture of this one next to the original tank. I'll try and drum it up, but they look like mama and baby. They're just identical. Hey, and by the way, the laser moves up and down. It's got a little resting point, and so does the dish.
Oh, wow, the dish moves.
Yeah, just sitting in there. I've seen a couple of these that have been made, RC. So, yeah, there's a small tank, and I'll try and find the name of that too. I've got it somewhere. But, yeah, that's Uncle Bill's kits. And like I said, you can only get them from Timeless Hobbies. So, I'm going to have a few of them at Wonderfest. That's the box that it comes in. He even did a nice little picture and everything. It's pretty cool how he does this stuff. And then there's Nick. Any more thoughts in the Space 1999 Props and Ships model making book? That would be awesome. I just need to find somebody that would help me out with it, that can write, and because I'm not very good at that.
I can.
It's a good idea. Well, there you go. All you got to do is bring it up, and here we go.
I had my first novel published when I was 16.
Good grief.
Yeah.
See, the things that I mean, like you showed me those photos of you with your airplane and all that stuff. I had no idea. I mean, I knew you did stuff, but I didn't know to that extent. So that was pretty neat. Those Eric Longstreet, those are not pre-built. No, you have to build those. Here's the box that comes in. Awesome. Everything's there for you. I think he even sends you a DVD disc to look at the originals and, for painting tips and all that stuff. So yeah, they're pretty neat. They're nicely built. He built all three of mine because what I do is when he advertises, he builds one and then uses it for advertising and then passes it on to me, which is cool. Bill did have the COVID like I did, but he had it before me, and it really put a whooping on him. So I'm glad he made it through, and it delayed some things. But yeah, Timeless Hobbies, you can look it up, www.timelesshobbies.com. You can order those, and they go fast. And he just gives them 20 kits of each, and when they get down to a few, then he makes more. So pretty cool.
I bought a new model the other week on eBay. It's not Space 1999, but it is UFO again. And I know many of you guys like UFO stuff. And it's something I've been after for quite a while. The Moon Mobile, the Shadow Moon Mobile. I got one of the Konami ones. They're very, very rare. They came only as part of the large box set, and they're only about that large. Just less than 2 inches long. And the other week on eBay, somebody posted this, and I couldn't resist. He's made it himself. It's totally scratch built. I mean, there are a few inaccuracies. The detail on the door at the back isn't. It's just smooth with a door just painted onto it. My camera doesn't pick the detail up very well, but overall, I have to say it's quite a nice model that I'm going to enjoy doing some photo shoot with in the coming weeks.
And that was in UFO?
Yeah, in UFO, yeah. There are several episodes these were used. That's basically to get around on the moon surface.
Mm-hmm.
From they were garaged somewhere in and around moon base, and to get to places on the moon. I think there are some kits very similar to this available. I think Monsters in Motion, I think have a kit, which I didn't bother with, but certainly when this kit was ready made, it came up just packed in styrofoam, little pieces, little balls. So I couldn't resist it. So I picked that up. So occasionally things do pop up, on eBay to help us out, those who haven't got the courage to make stuff from scratch like this ourselves, which I can't. Know many of you guys can, and I admire you for it. I always say it. I admire you guys for being able to do what you can do, but I can't build stuff like this.
That's not too bad. I mean, I'm getting back into it a little bit. Now my problem is I got my feeling back and everything. I just got to find the time to do it. And I need to... It's been so long since I did it, I'm not going to be near as good as I was back in the day. So I still have people build stuff for me. But I enjoy giving people something like that. I mean, there's people out there that are out of work and could use and can build models and would build them for a commission. So, if anybody wants something built, just hit me up. And I know a lot of builders that will do it, and do it a good job. So, looks like Andy Davidson joined us from the UK. He likes UFO also.
Has anybody asked any questions we could perhaps answer?
That's what I'm looking for now. What's it? Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting a few people at Wonderfest that I haven't met yet, or maybe met and didn't realize who they were. Eric, I'm looking forward to seeing those guys. It's BP Taylor. I've met BP. He's a good dude. And Jeff Palazzo, is that how you say his name? Anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting him. Anybody got any questions? I'll be glad to answer them if I know the answer. I know that I'm also working with a few guys on the side trying to figure out a way to offer original kit parts for 1999 builds. Some of these kit parts that Brian and see, it just goes right through my head. Hold on, I'll get there. The builder for
onset dementia, Todd.
I'm telling you, this sucks. You'll be right here, and I'll be starting to talk about it, and all of a sudden it's gone. Whatever. The guy that built all the models for Space 1999, Martin Bauer. Thank you. Anyway, the kits that they all used were readily available back then, but some of them haven't been re-released, and even some that have, that are very expensive. And there's like one or two kits out there that you know, tail lights off of a Firebird for the ride-on kit. The kit is huge. He used, I think, maybe 4 pieces out of that whole car kit, and it's, you know, $500 to get those 3. So we're trying to think about doing, you know, something like that, to where we could have the castings of the original parts for people that want to, you know, build these ships. I'm really focusing now on all the alien ships, like the derelict ships in Dragon's Domain. And bringing those to the groups. That way, we've got Eagles everywhere. You know, Round 2's kicking butt with their 22-inch Eagles and their 172, the 14-inch Eagles. So let's start making some bad guys.
Talking of Round 2, the other week I did start on my Area 2 kit. I finally made a start on it. So what I'm looking forward to doing with it is, when it's done, is doing a photo shoot with my Alpha observation building, the first Alpha building that I built, in the background. So I'm looking forward to having a go at that later this year when I finally get around to completing it. So,
George Dahar joined us. He's one of the guys. Him and Eric are a couple of guys I've been working with to try and work on getting these parts. And he says he's working on the Alpha Child enemy ship right now.
That's one I'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alpha Child is one of my favourite Year 1 episodes.
Yeah.
I think it was actually the very first Year 1 episode I ever saw. So it's got it's quite special to me, that episode, Alpha Child.
So that's a nice model to have. I have one somewhere over here. I think it's over there. That was built by Teru Yamada, and he did a pretty good job. You know, it's all scratch built. So, but I'd like to have a really good one that's, you know, different scales, because that thing was pretty big. I mean, you see a picture of Martin standing next to it, Martin Bauer, and it goes, you know, up past his waist. So the scale is pretty wild. Andy reminded me. Did everybody see the video that David Sisson did for the new? He did that the 44-inch Eagle one. What was it? 20 years ago or better, and it showed how the Eagle came apart and all about the Eagle one and everything, and it's been pretty popular. So he remade that and did an update on it, and it's a pretty good little video. So it's in the group somewhere. Just look up David Sisson models and hit his YouTube page, and I'll try and leave it in the messages here in just a little while. But yeah, he did a nice little. He's got his astronaut Alpha suit on, his helmet. When he introduces it, he went all out. It's pretty good. I liked it. And new footage of, he gets up really close. Some photos up really close to the Eagle one, so you can see down in the cages and on the passenger pod and in the engine section. It's pretty cool. So if you guys haven't checked that out, check it out, and I'll definitely put it down here in these things. Man, I'm losing it underneath my video here. So I also added, I was talking about timeless hobbies earlier. And here's what their page looks like. And this is the Space 1999 page. So basically, you can see just about everything they have. They're going to have the new NPC stun gun and comlock kits there. Looks like he's got some books. The Town Mook book, which is hard to come by these days.
I got that when it first came out, 1981, 82. I was a student. I used some of my student grant money to buy it with, and the UFO one. Yeah, I couldn't resist.
There's the laser tanks I was talking about. Looks like only a few left of each one of them. And that picture right here of the Eagle, that's actually my picture after he sent me my Eagle beak tank. I took that and Tony used it I sent it to Tony and he used it for the advertising. Then there's a special buy. You can buy all three of them for 180 pounds instead of, I'm guessing, they're 69. They're about 70 pounds each. So gives you a little discount doing that. And there's the new 14-inch Eagle. And so there's a whole Space 1999 page for him. Still got one of the older Eagles, the Brian Johnson Special Edition. The Hawk, all the aluminum goodies. And he still got some, this is the warp stuff I was telling you guys about. This is the Warp Hawk, and then there's the Lift. This is how I did all my my episode stuff. So there's the freighter pod conversion for the Warp Eagle. There's the lab pod conversion. You can see what the nuclear waste pod conversion kit looks like. There's the side boosters, which I had. That's part of the episode collection I have. There's your manipulator arm, your tube to connect the to the Caldorian ship, and there's the 1/350th scale. It's basically in scale with the 12-inch Eagles. That's not the exact one. I have the Jim Small the kit, but this was done by, I think this is a Larson kit, and it was built by Randy Newbert. So yeah, check out his page. This is the only place you can get these tanks, and that is Timeless Hobbies, and they are in the UK. There we go. Back to us. Let me see what else I can find in here. Oh, I just said I was going to leave somebody the website. What was that for? I'm really getting dementia, aren't I?
I did suggest it. I think we all are. Once we get past a certain age, Todd, I think it starts coming to all of us.
Okay, George has a question. Let's just put it right up here for everybody to read. Is Area 2 the renovated launch area for the interceptors in UFO? I don't know.
No, I think we're to Area 2, the nuclear waste disposal area kit. When I mentioned Area 2. The round 2 kit with the from the Breakaway episode with the lights shining down onto the silos. It's that kit which has been around a while now. They keep coming down on price sometimes on eBay, and I know my sister bought me mine as a Christmas present for this year, so I obviously put it off buying one myself, and my sister saw it and said, "Oh, do you want this?" And I said, "Oh, yes, please." So she got it. I think she paid about £65 for it, which I think is a pretty good price. I think they tend to go for about 90 odd here or more. but she got it for a really, really good price from an eBay seller. So yeah. So I think that's what, if that's what you're referring to, George. Yeah, it's the Area 2 nuclear waste silo model kit from, it's round 2, wasn't it, Todd?
Yeah. I think I remember what I was supposed to put down here. Here's the David Sisson page. George says that the silos are very deep and they hold a lot of canisters.
Yes, the kit doesn't have anything of any depth. It just has basically the silo caps, isn't it? You get 2 silo caps.
Yeah.
So you put it on a flat model. I think some people have made them themselves with the silos and put some canisters inside them. I think there's been some pictures on Facebook of somebody who did that. But that's not what you get as part of the kit from round 2. You get basically just the silo cover, which goes on the flat surface, and you put the model astronauts around it, and the laser barrier light fittings around the edge that come with. You get batteries for them. It's like Christmas tree lights, with the little Christmas lights you get for your tree, and with the 2 little battery holders, you put batteries in and make the lights.
Yeah, that's a nice kit.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of stuff with that kit. Everybody said that it was too expensive for what it was, and it was not a big. It's selling better now than it did when it first came out. Obviously, some of the places have put it down to $35, $40, so that might be part of what's going on. But I have one that Richard Ashton built for me. It's got the lights around the edge, and it's got the moonscape, and then I've got 2 of the silos. One has some canisters in, the other one is just closed, and all the moon buggies and people. I mean, the light kits you could use on just about anything. So if you don't want to use the lights on that or whatever, I mean, it can be used other places. So I thought it was a pretty diverse kit, and I was really happy to see people get it, to be released too. And it's like the Cargo Eagle. It didn't do as well. Only got one run of them. So I gathered a few of them. I'm keeping for later. But you can still get them at a few places pretty cheap. It was a good idea, but that's one of the things that worries me when MPC puts something out like that and that we've been asking for. Everybody says, well, we got Eagles now, we need accessories. You got like 10 astronauts, different figures with the different figures, sitting. You got 2 or 3 of the moon buggies in scale with the 148. Plus, they gave you a 124th moon buggy and figures for that. It came with toolboxes and things for them to, be carrying, and tool bags and stuff like that. It was a pretty nice kit. So I was disappointed that people didn't grab onto it. I mean, sometimes we get spoiled, But
if it had been quite successful, did you or anyone ever discuss with round 2 what other type of accessories kit might have been possible? Was anything mentioned?
Oh yeah, we talk about it a lot. But that's why I'm worried about that kit not doing very well, because that just kind of makes them shy off of doing other accessory kits. He's really worried about the stun guns and comm locks, but I've assured him that those are going to sell well. Yeah, there's other stuff I want, that everybody wants. They want the side boosters now. They want we've always wanted the side boosters, the laser tanks. Let's see what else is out there. The grab arms, just the basic stuff. He says nothing's out of reach, but he's got to convince, the bosses that it'll sell well. And I think had he put the lab pod before the freighter pod, I think he had done better both ways. I think the freighter and cargo pod Eagle would have done a little bit better, but you never know. But it didn't more. I think it might have got, I don't know if he said it just got one run or if there was two, but they need, the first run is basically them getting their money back. So you sell that many. So the second run and the third run is start where they make the profits so they can start planning to do other things. So these kits, they need to get into the second and third runs before they'll be, comfortable with doing some of this other stuff we ask them to do. So, yeah, supporting them is a very good idea. Even, like I said, that kit, the area kit, there's a whole lot you can do with it. People were complaining that I just don't have the area for that. You don't have, you take the silos, you build them. I mean, you put them together, you paint them up, and you set it right next to your Eagle on the shelf like I got back there. That's not taking up any extra room, So I didn't really understand that complaint, because you can use the other stuff, and the figures the same thing. You set them right where your Eagle's sitting. It's not going to take up any more room. If you don't want to do the big light sets and everything like that, sell them or use them for something else. I even thought about putting along the back of my shelves back there, along the back, just putting the lights up like that, and you have some light to show on your models. So, people could have purchased them for what they were and still displayed, your moon buggies and and stuff like that, and then sold off the rest of the parts to people that wanted more stuff. That was my thinking. That's what. So I bought my share. So, but yeah, they want to put. He wants to put out more items. We gotta make it happen after they put it out. Oh, we got a straggler here, Mr. Richard Ashton.
How's it going, guys? Sorry I'm late.
How you doing? We were just talking about that. We were just talking about that Area 2 kit that you built for me.
Which one?
The big.
So many.
With the lights and the silos and everything.
Oh yeah.
It was the first one you built.
I mean, today I've been outside with the big diorama that's going to the chap in Hong Kong, and I've just been touching up the sides of it, just making sure it's all right. Thought it was going to be a quick job, but it just took for bloody ever. And then just trying to work out the new diorama, because I've got two on the go. I've got the Blade Runner diorama,
right?
Which is, when everyone's done a Blade Runner diorama, they've done it as they've done it ground level, and I want. My friend said to me about this. He says, when you do a diorama, it's like doing a painting, but it's a three-dimensional painting. So with the diorama, I've looked at it as a three-dimensional painting, so like a horizontal line, and you've got your vertical line, and everything comes out in dimensions, so it's all coming out from them angles, and it's done my head in, it really is. And I've also got the Tatooine diorama, which is, I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's just there. Can you see that, Todd?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Hang on, let me do this. One second. I'll just walk. There you go.
Wow.
So I've even got this. There's the street scene as well. I don't know if you can see the street scene. I don't know what I'm looking at. And we're chopping this out as well, chopping out the buttons on this section. So, but yeah, that's what I've been working on. Oh, the big dioramas up there. It's nearly ready. It's nearly ready to go.
That is, yeah.
It's big.
That's bigger than mine. I don't know. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. This is the Blade Runner thing I've been working on. I know it just looks like cardboard boxes and stuff like that, but it's just trying to work out perspectives. So you get like a false perspective. So you're going in, and I've got a really nice. I'll take the figures out because I don't want them to drop. Because if they drop, they could break all over the place. But like I said, the idea was to have the Blade Runner car coming out like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be a video wall with the Chinese woman eating a cherry or smoking or something, and then Coca-Cola advertisement on it. But that's the idea. So yeah, and then I've got obviously. I know we should be talking space. I know. I'll be quick.
Oh, you're right. No, we're doing UFO and all kinds of stuff.
So these are figures. I don't know if you can see them very well. I'll have to put them on my page. Descartes and I can never remember the guy's name who flies the other vehicle.
You got
anyway,
me.
Yeah, same here, mate. But anyway, I got them sculpted by a guy in Germany. Brilliant sculptor, and he's the one that. I'm sure he did something for you, Todd. I can't think. But anyway, he did all that stuff. So, yeah. You recognise that, Todd?
Yeah. That's that little man. That's a little one.
Yeah, 172. That's been resin printed,
Right.
and that's going in the junkyard on Tatooine, up like that, because it was in episode 1. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, well, my friend has been. I've got 2 guys who've been 3D printing, resin printing me bits, and it's like I've got ridiculous. I've got that load. And it's just full of 3D printed resin bits. That's like just
bits and bobs,
just greeblies, just bits. You Americans like greeblies, so they're just greeblies, and there's air conditioning units and stuff like that, and just doors, and it's just full of. Oh, here we go. Look at this. There's wiring.
wiring. Yeah. nice
Mental.
greeblies.
Greeblies. And then for the actual Star Wars diorama, more greeblies. But I mean, these are resin 3D printed, and this blows my mind. But Stormtroopers.
Wow.
Skywalker. You should see them in the flesh. They're amazing. I mean, hang on a second. We've got digging through the pile of all the bits and bobs I've got here. I mean, okay, we've even got little Jawas.
Yeah.
Mental. What you can do with a resin printer. I mean, look at that.
Yeah. Little R2.
So there you go. So what you've been guys talking about, obviously, I know
A little bit of everything.
Kits for cash, UFO.
Done one of those.
Yeah.
Good model.
Did you have fun cutting out the Perspex domes?
When I was doing that, I was scared, because it's like, if you go wrong, that's the wife, by the way. If you go wrong, there she is. If you go wrong with it, what do you do?
I know.
Did you do what I did? I used this. I'm not endorsed by this product. Pro Decor Advanced masking tape in the UK. I used that stuff, and I wrapped the entire thing in that, and then I got like because what was your vac form like? Was it really quite good?
It was like a great big box, and the dome sits inside the box shape. So you've got to cut away all the box first to be able to get at the rim with the Stanley knife to cut around it. So that was a task in itself.
I did my own. I did my engineering madness, which was I cut all that out, and then I got myself what was it called? I just need to plug this back in. I got myself a little height gauge, and then just put a height gauge on, and then went round with the height gauge to make sure I was that correct line. Because there's no worse than it's going to be. It's high here, it's low there, so you have to go it on a sanding tape and try and get it sanded so it's flat. Oh.
I think I did a reasonably good job of it. I just ended up with one slight little accident. One slight little accident on the lower dome. If I can find it again. It was about a centimetre length, but it just snapped off as I was. There it is. There we go. So I can get that together.
Yeah, I like
it. Can you just see that there?
Yeah, it's minor. It's minor.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it is quite just minor there.
There you can see it when you dip it down.
But the rest of it, it's not too bad.
No, I mean, I already cut it, especially the top one. I cut the top one, and then I placed the thing on, and it was still too high. So then I had to do a measurement and go, hang on a second, so what's the measurement from there to there? Oh, it's that. Right, let's take another little bit off. And it was only like 4 mil or something like that, but it just needed to sit correctly. But it's tricky, especially when vac forms. I hate vac forms. I've done loads of vac forms, and the best vac forms in the world are when you've got, like, say, for instance, a complete cockpit, or say, for instance, a complete vehicle front end that's all clear, and then you just mask your windows, just nicely cut it out, done, and then you can just sort it out. But sometimes,
okay, so somebody just said hi to me, and they call him Bash Kid. So I think his name's Eric. I'm trying to figure out who he is. So tell me who you are, so I can say hi to you.
Yeah.
I've been working with Jeffrey Wargo on some things, and one of the things is a lift platform for the 22-inch Eagle to display with. So
I started that, never got it finished.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Maybe I shouldn't know this, but yeah. Here's what we have been working on.
I was meant to do that damn thing, never got around to doing it. Hang on.
Yeah, I think you've got some stuff that's.
I've still got the bloody wood. Hang on. Patience, my dear sir. Hang on.
Oh, okay, Eric Hawkins. Hi, Eric.
I know I'm doing that.
Good grief. Don't hurt yourself back there.
No. Something close.
Oh no, it's Selwyn Froggatt. Comedy series here in the late 70s. This guy, his catchphrase was, everyone said, oh no, it's Selwyn Froggatt. He used to open a cupboard and everything used to fall out of it with a clatter and a crash.
Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. Don't panic. We're doing it. Right. Success.
Success. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Had one cut.
I've got 4 cuts. I never got round to doing it. I just had so much work on, I never got round to sorting them.
It's not quite Blue Peter standard with here's one I prepared earlier.
Earlier, I know. It's covered in dust. Look at the state of this.
I told you it's been a while.
I know. And then I started doing the 22-inch landing platforms for every eagle. Right. Yes, that rings a bell. I did all these blooming design drawings of this blooming thing as well. Yeah, where the hell did I put all that lot? Oh, it's on top of an eagle. What a surprise.
It's on top of the eagle.
Yeah, it's on top of the big eagle over there. So, yeah. You do that. Can you zoom in on that, Todd?
Hold on, let me put you up front.
You see that?
Badoo. Yep.
See?
I know, you and I talked about it a while back.
See, look, all the design drawings for the damn thing. And where are we? Yeah, I was just like working it all out, how it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I would turn that light off because you can't see. That's it. So yeah, I was working out there. That light's really bad. There we go. There we go. But yeah, there we are. So I was working out this diorama, this kind of thing with a platform on the front at an angle that you could press a button and it would all light it all up and stuff. It do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's how it starts. Bit of MDF.
Yeah, this is all this. What was I gonna say? Remove. Add. This one right here is just it's CAD. It's in the CAD drawing right now. So
was it how you've done that there? Because you've got one tube, yeah.
Yeah. That was the original.
Yeah, I designed it with 2 tubes. There, yes, that's it.
Well, it'll be like that eventually, but yeah.
Yeah, I designed it with 2 tubes and minimal. I didn't go with that surround. I just went with a flat base because I just thought about it. I'm thinking with people's space. They're good shots, dude.
Yeah, so you got all this stuff up here, and there's a lot of detail on the bottom of this. I mean, they when those guys built these things for the show, they really put some details in them.
I'm wondering who made that because I presume that would have been
Bauer.
Bauer, yeah. That's just because
it does look very Bauer-esque.
It does, doesn't it? It does. I bet you them 2 tubes were just a piece of plastic pipe he got from being kid.
Right.
More than likely.
So anyway, yeah, I've been working with Jeffrey on that, and I'm working with a lot of people.
I know you are
doing other things. So yeah, I'm busy. Me and Jeffrey need to catch up because he gets busy and I get busy, and then we don't, talk for a while. But life gets in the way, I'm sure, just like everything else.
Well, that's it. I mean, end of the day, it's, I had Saturday off, which is unusual. I decided to put my feet up because it was like, I've got like I said, I've just finished off that diorama, and it was like I've got to get these 2 other dioramas move forward. And the Millennium Falcon one, the Hangar Bay 94. I'm just waiting now on the lighting kit and some 3D printed bits for that. And that, I mean, next week I'm going to go through painting all the figures, the 1/72 scale figures. So that's going to drive me up the wall. Well, and we're going to have some Easter eggs in there as well. We're going to put some little Easter eggs because why not? I mean,
Because why not?
why not? Why not? I mean, I can say that there's going to be George Lucas in there somewhere.
George Lucas. Oh my.
Yeah. Well, you know, he did make a film called Star Wars.
Yeah, he did all right. This is another project I want to do. You know, JD Bryson, JD Ryan, whatever you want to call him today, over there in New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes.
He did the nukes from Collision Course for me.
Oh, right.
They turned out really nice. So now I've got 3 in the 172 scale. I've got 1 in the 148 scale. Now I want to do a 124 scale.
Are they made of resin, or does he actually make the grabber to go onto the Eagle?
Yeah, I've got the grabber and everything.
Nice.
He did it all. So I've been let's see. I'm trying to find. This is not all correct, but I have been what do you call it? Kit spotting.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Okay.
So a lot of the B-29 kit.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. So
traveling cage.
Once I get all these parts, well, I've got all the parts now. I've got it all figured out. I don't think that's the traveling crane. That's another B-29 part right there. So
I've got some photographs of this. I think I've got photographs of the studio original.
Yeah, that's what I've been using. JD was huge help. A couple guys in the UK helped me, and I'm trying to think. I helped figure something out on this, and I can't remember what it was. It was what was it?
You know?
Oh, nope, wasn't that. I'm not sure what it was, but anyway. So I've been kit spotting for a while, and I've got it all done. I just don't have it.
Right.
I'm trying to think of what that part. Anyway, it was a film canister. Your 33. What is it? Is it 33 millimeter film canisters? It was the end of the canisters of the film part that held the film together. That Martin Bauer pulled off of that and put on that nuke.
Right.
Amazing. How the heck?
Yeah.
There's a I think it's this one right here in the green. There it is. Let me get this back up. That right there. Those are film canisters, I believe. Or is it on the other side? I don't know. No, right here. Doo-doo. There it is. That is the film canister end. The little black thing that hooks on and turns you comes through there. So, yeah, we figured that out.
Oh,
that was
so
pretty cool.
How do I? And this is old man talking now. I've got some photographs that I could share with you. Well, everybody. That I took down at a convention we did with the Eagle guys. And I've got photographs of the original. I think it's the original. I do believe it is the original.
There's 2 sizes. One of the bigger ones, and then one of the small ones. You can message me, and I can put them up on.
Right. Well, hang on a second. Another. Right. I know what I'm going to do. I'll do it a different way. I'll do it a different way. I'll do it. Hang on a second. I'll send it through to your Facebook Messenger, and then you can do it that way.
Yeah.
That's an easy way of doing it. Here we go. So that one, that one, that one. I wonder when these would come in handy. Because you take photographs of stuff, and then you go, you don't realise.
Yeah.
Share. Okay. Todd. There you go, Todd.
Trying to get
What the
a chewy.
Oh, yeah. What's that? It's all that dust.
There you are. As soon as it loads up.
Is that the original? I don't know.
I'm going to tell you.
Ooh.
If I know. Yes, that is the original.
There you
I
go.
believe that is the bigger scaled one.
So is that's for the 44s?
I think, yeah, it looks like it. And they've still got the original grabber.
Hmm.
It looks pretty nice scale. So yeah, that's the
So
bigger one.
are you saying those the film canisters are the ones that are on the edges?
No, well, not that one. Oh, I went the wrong way.
Yep.
It's on the see if I've got it. Oh. It's on the bottom, I believe. There's 3 of them. Or 2, yeah, 3 per kit.
So
And
near the arm, what's that? Go back to that one image. Go back. No, wrong way. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Right. You see where the arm comes down, closest to the screen.
this part up here.
No, then go down the arm, then down. Go down. Right.
Yeah.
You see that's got like a concertina thing just to the
Little
left.
90.
Black. No, it's just off the arm. It's underneath the actual mine.
Are the feet?
Yes,
Down
the arm, because it's like an arm it's like a leg that goes up to like a bizarre black.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Is that a kit bit or is that actually scratch or what is that?
That's probably a kit bit. I haven't gotten that far on the parts yet. Everything around here, this is all B29 parts.
Right.
These parts here. This right here was in a Faller bridge kit.
Okay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of goodies. There's a tank kit it's the rollers for the track are on this somewhere. I don't know if I can. Let's see what I can find them. I think that's covering it up.
I mean, them 4 things at the top. Well, them 3 things at the top. They're the classic bits that's on the top of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're Gemini bits. Yeah.
Gemini. So yeah, I mean, kit spotting has become something of fun to me. I'm still struggle with it because I'm not very good at it. But on this one, I know what I'm pretty much know what I'm talking about.
And those things.
Not the grabber, but these parts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've got it finished somewhere. Since I got this new computer, it's a Windows computer, regular Windows, and I had a Mac. So all my stuff is on what I call my brain. It's a 2 terabyte external hard drive. Well, obviously Windows won't read Mac because I had Mac before, so I had to download something for Mac, and so I could read them all. So I'm just now getting these back onto my computer. But this is one of the things I want to do is a 1/24th scale nuke. So that the display for the 22-inch Eagle, the lift, and then all the little greebly parts. I want them available to people who need them instead of having to buy that. Those $500 kits.
Oh yeah.
So I think that would be good.
I'm just going to send you some more images of Studio Original. I mean, I think it's from Bringers of Wonder.
The pilot ship.
The little vehicle. What do we call it?
Pilot ship.
Yeah, the pilot ship. Yeah, this is the original. Just going to send them to you, Todd. I think I sent all the decent shots of Eagle 1 and 2 to you. I think. Can't remember if I did or not. I think you should have everything anyway. And what about it? Good old Mr. Sissons deciding to sell Eagle 1?
Yeah, we gotta pray and hope that somebody that gets that is gonna be as approachable as David is.
I mean, David's excellent. I mean, he goes out of his way to help you out. He's top bloke.
But you know what we could do?
What's that?
We could do a GoFundMe account so I can get it off of him and display it for everybody.
No, there's already one Eagle that side of the pond. You're not having two.
No, the other Eagle is in Canada.
That's other side of the pond.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's the wrong side of the pond.
Is. Yes, it is. You're not having it. No.
A little further north, please. Oh yeah, this is the pilot ship. Yeah, that's a classic one. Another kit that this is the original, obviously, but there is a kit that Small Artworks put out.
I've got one actually here. Ironically, I'll dig it out.
I've got mine sitting right over there on the shelf.
Mine's still in kit form.
What'd you do that for?
What?
How come you haven't put it together yet?
Because for a customer.
Oh, a customer sent that?
Basically, the customer is having a couple of jobs off me. I mean, that one.
Yes, that's it.
Really? Yeah.
Richard Lamar, I guess is how you say his last name. He asked Mr. Jim Small if he would let him reissue that, and he did a really good job of it. And that's also casting by Timeslip Creation GT.
Yeah.
Where do I go? There we go. That's the original, and it's in good shape still too.
Yeah, the guy who owns it, called Simon, he's done a little bit of tidying up on odd bits of it.
Simon who?
Oh, I can't remember his surname.
Oh, Adkins? No.
I'm not sure. I'd be saying it wrong even if I did know. I'm not. But anyway, Simon's got it, and
Simon needs to send it to me.
No, stop it! You're not having all these models. Go away. It's not happening. It's not happening. But this, it's nice. Look at
It's very nice.
I hate this brightness. It's mental. But
yeah, it's very
right.
nice.
So I'm trying to do a light balancer. This is silly. It's like it's just bleeding out.
Also, I had to put something up in my window because the light was hitting my face too much. But yeah, there you go. Oh, move back towards you, and your hand. Put your when you went to do your hair, it there it is. You see the detail. So you're blocking the light from somewhere. I don't know if it's above or what. There you go.
But anyway, it's cool. Oh, and look. Oh, here we go. Something that you'll appreciate, and probably I don't know if he's watching, but in the bag of bits with it is a little bit of gorgeousness, a little bit of aluminum done by a certain aluminium. Yes. You just said you say aluminum because it sounds space age, and no, it's aluminium. Well, yeah, they're done by Mr. Mike Reeder. So,
who's somebody just said I'm having a show after all, And okay, guys, I have to get back to work. Who is that? It says Facebook.
You need to get back to work. Go get back to work then. Go get some
You
work
might
done.
see that.
No, I didn't see it on Facebook because I'm obviously on the stream now, so I can't see what's coming up. Oh my word! I've only just realised this. Is that right? Look at that! Oh, it's doing it again. Can you see that bit underneath?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That's an NPC eagle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm looking at
one of the original Eagle kits from the 70s.
When the Eagle kit was brought out, the original Eagle kit, when was that brought out then?
I think it was brought out during shooting, wasn't it?
Right. So obviously, and he puts it on the bottom of the.
And that's the season 2. So I think it came out, 1975. I believe it came out in between the seasons.
Right.
Obviously, Martin had a kit somewhere, and he used the bottom of that on that ship.
That's just wrong. Oh well.
Yeah. Nick is asking me when the Comlock and stun gun kits will be out. Pretty soon. I would say within a month.
Really? That soon?
I think they're hoping to get them out before Wonderfest, but if not, shortly after. It'll be soon.
Was that I saw some artwork. I'm presuming that was the retro artwork from it. All very old, classic styling artwork. Am I right, Todd, or not?
There was some artwork that got accidentally released, and Jamie asked me to go through and delete it because it has not been approved by the owners, by ITC. I did it pretty quick, but it's going to look pretty cool.
And is there any more big announcements from round 2 on future products after that one, or are we keeping it under wraps as such?
Keeping it under the wraps, I'm sure. I am pretty sure we're going to be happy at Wonderfest. I hope.
Are there some announcements to be made at Wonderfest, Todd?
I'm hoping. I'm not going to stick my neck out there and say.
I know nothing.
I'm Schultz. I know nothing. But yeah, I know he's working on stuff that I think everybody will like.
And it's to be expected. So
Jamie has always got his. That's all Jamie worked on is sci-fi. So Star Trek and Space 1999 are his biggest things he's working on right now. So yeah, he's a busy man. I got to peek into what he calls his cubby while I was going through the tour and I saw some things that people are gonna like if they get past him. So he's got his best interest in us. Really, he does, and he's loving this Space 1999 stuff. Star Trek pretty much sells itself, but 999 is such a small niche.
I'm amazed. It does amaze me how well those products are sold. I mean, you look at it, I know you were saying that Eagle 1, Eagle 2 have really sold well. The Cargo Eagle has been disconnected, because it's not selling. It's another Eagle with a different kind of pod. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing how many of these units are sold. It really is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're still the original Eagle kit still sells well, from what I'm told. So, like I said, as long as things sell well, they'll keep doing them.
And I have to say that since, I've lost count how many Eagle ones I've built, but now I've started to build Eagle 2s. I've noticed that the quality of manufacture, so that they fit together. They fit together so easy, Eagle 2s.
You put a few together, haven't you?
A few. A couple.
Yeah. Yeah. You really got to hand it to Daniel Perdome and Chris Trice for everything that they've done over the past, 25 years, 40,
right, yeah,
35, 40 years, because they have documented the Eagles so well, and they've, passed that information on to, Jim Small, which has been helping Round 2 get all this thing straight. I mean, they've everybody says the spine and the cages are the hardest put together, but after you figure it out, it's pretty simple. And then they even made it even easier on the 14-inch Eagles. So it counts, Chris Trice, he needs to get a lot of the a lot more congratulations or he's been on it. He's got a lab eagle now and a spine booster that I sent him. So
you'll never get it built though.
I know. That's the only thing about Chris. He's been building his 44 for how many years?
Oh, dear. I was this big.
Yeah. I was just a wee lad.
I was a wee lad in a glint of my mum's eye.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to he says he's going to build it. So
hold him to it. Hold him to it.
I would be interested to see how he does, and if he changes anything, or obviously he'll change some of it.
That's Chris Trice ringing and saying, right, I'm on it, don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, while we're on talking about stuff, have you got to hand the Altaris kit that you were talking about?
Do what? Say that again?
Have you got to hand the other one of this that I was talking about?
Oh, looks like Gordon joined us.
Okay, bye.
Oh.
Have you got the other one?
Say that again?
Have you got the other one of this to hand? Because you was meant to be sending me one through the post.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I don't remember. I don't know who made that kit that I have, but I'm gonna send it to you so you can put it together and see what it's like. It looks a little more rough than that's the Larson kit. Yeah. So that'll be pretty cool.
This thing is, it was quite a challenge, to say the least. There's some bits that are still not quite right with it, but it is what it is, isn't it? How old is this kit?
It's that one. I think he's been around about 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
longer, because
I think it's longer. It's got to be longer.
Ron put one together. I can't remember when he put that. Ron Amacher. Yeah. Right. Hey, Mark's got one.
Yeah, I've got one of the kits. I got it last year. I started building it. All I've got is I put the little tiny bells onto the front module part. That's all. I don't even know where the rest of it's gone. My sister did a big clear up of all my stuff a couple of weeks ago, and now I can't find anything. And what she's done with the rest of it, I don't know. But that is just sitting on a shelf, just waiting to be finished off with the rest of the kit. So God knows where it is.
all I can say is when you start working on it, you've just got to work out left, right, out space inside. Drives you up the wall. And I spent 2 days building this thing, and I was like,
Get Mike Reeder to
I
do
thought
your
it was
aluminum.
just going to be so easy just to throw together.
You should get
No.
Mike Reeder to do the aluminium.
The aluminium. Yes.
Mike Reeder is. Thank you for saying aluminium. Very good. I had a word with Mike's doing all the engine bells for the 3-foot Eagle that I'm building. So and then he's got a sensor dish for an Enterprise.
But if you did the Alteris, you'd have a one of a kind.
It's not mine. It's coming to me. That one.
Oh, you're not keeping it for yourself.
It's going to him.
Oh, Todd, well, don't make it special for Todd.
This
Make it
guy.
special for you.
It's going to him. Because as soon as I saw it, I built it. There we go, yeah. As soon as I saw it, it went, oh.
Yeah, it's the Altaris I've got. Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
That's the one that got built by Ron Marshall.
That's what I've got, yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mark, did you put aluminum on yours?
Aluminium,
Aluminium, my bad. I need my second cup of coffee.
No, no, I haven't even built it yet. All I've done is the front nose cone. I just attached the small little bells, but I mean they're only 4 millimeters long.
Yeah,
they're absolutely tiny. I've not painted anything of it yet, and as I said, the rest of the kit's disappeared in the house somewhere. In a bag. So it's a project I will get round to eventually. It's also building my courage doing these things because me and paint job on spacecraft, I'm not that good at it. So I learned a lot doing the Psychon mystery ship, which I shared with you guys several weeks ago. Yeah. So that was good. I've still got the Sidon ship to finish off. I've been building that for over a year. I started it and then I stopped. So I've still got to finish off. I'm learning all the time.
I'd be looking forward to seeing your dioramas of the Dorcons for that, or not the Dorcons, Voyager's Return from that. That'd be nice.
Who? Voyager's Return? Who's doing that?
What ship did you just say? You was Dorcon or Sidon?
The Sidon ship from Voyager's Return. Yeah.
You were breaking up, so it's like something on.
Yeah, it's in a box, partly painted.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I need to start masking it off, to make all the different little pattern shapes on it, and that's why I did the Psychon mystery ship because the masks you come with the kit,
right.
And obviously that taught me a lot about masking. So now I've got a little bit more confidence, having done that, to now tackle the Sidon ships, making the masking myself for that.
You're going to start incorporating the X-Acto knife look along with the masking?
I don't know, actually.
I mean, Martin was really into that big time.
Yes, yeah. I don't know whether
he did an amazing job on Todd's glider. So I mean, I love the tile work look to that.
Yeah,
makes it really sweet.
Really sweet.
Yeah. And then Mark, I just wanted to say, hey man, I don't know if it's been said in this show since I'm running a lot late actually, that your latest Dio posts are amazing. Keep doing it, man.
The Space 1999 one. Well, that's most of its material I photographed a while ago, and I know that
I'm glad you're sharing them now because I missed them.
Well, I know that new people join those Facebook groups all the time, so some of the stuff I was doing 2-3 years ago, they won't have seen. So I put stuff in, sometimes mixed up with a couple of new photographs or stuff I've not published before. And I mean, that Space 1999 one, I just thought of a little quick story. I could put some of the images together in a particular way and make that little story that I did. And I've done a couple of those now. Helena Russell giving a spiel, a diary log entry. Just to make up a short little story with some of the images that I do. And somebody actually said, why don't we do a series 3 of Space 1999 on Facebook using my still images? And Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool with
Well-
everybody contributing. You know, their own models in settings and stuff, and we could put whole stories together.
Well, your contributions are amazing, and I do share them on, like, let's say the Space 1999 series page, which, by the way, just reached 44,000 likes. So there's always new people.
Wow.
There's always new people hitting the page up and seeing all kinds of new material. And you know, if I come across any really awesome stuff, obviously with your stuff, it's awesome stuff. So I love to share.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So very, very huge fan, very big appreciation. So that's awesome stuff.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
It's a lifetime ambition, really. I remember when I first started watching Space 1999, and I had the dinky models of the Eagles. I used to take them outside and try and suspend them, you know, from a tree or something, and with my 35mm camera, I'd be trying to line up the shot to get a picture of it, you know. Even then, at the age of 14, trying to photograph a model spacecraft in a setting, trying to make it look as realistic as possible. I was doing it even then, you know.
I'm afraid
back then, 1976, 77.
I'm afraid I went in a different direction. I did. So with my models, I took fireworks and blew them up. I should have photographed that though. It was fun though.
Yeah.
It really was.
I think you took inspiration from the guys at Lucasfilms when they were filming Star Wars, and they were saying that they got one of the original. They got a Y-wing. They put it on a cable, and then they put some rockets behind it when they were filming, and they were just testing how it would handle. And they put it to a tree, and they just set it off, and it went. It looked fantastic, but obviously
Star Wars and the Force wasn't out yet.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I blew up a few more models in the day.
Well, I was with a few big explosions in the last couple of days on this BBC drama series that I've been working on. Todd, I did send it to you on Messenger, the video, didn't I? Can you play that? Is that possible?
I think so.
So the guys can see it?
Yeah, let me get over here real quick and go to Mark.
So responding to George Daher's response, Gordon took inspiration from the pyrotechnics department, as did we all at the time. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if this will work.
So I want to apologize for being
a
as late as I have been. I didn't realize. I thought, Todd, you were going to not do a show since Bob had canceled, and I don't remember seeing an advertisement. I must have missed it or something.
I didn't advertise. I just figured it's Sunday at 2, and I'll throw something together, and it worked out pretty good.
Okay. Cool.
Well, I just finished watching Formula One, and Lewis Hamilton didn't win, so I had to watch it.
Nice. Well, listen, I can't stay on too long, even though it's as late as it is. I just wanted to chime in and say, hey, guys, hopefully you guys are doing good. Really do appreciate your support. It's a wonderful chatting with you guys, but I apologize for being late. So anyway, I got to go take care of some Koenig issues. So, it is what it is, right? Anyway, I appreciate it. Todd, give me a holler later if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right, guys. Have a great one.
Bye. Bye.
See you later.
So you're talking about the video of the what you were filming?
The explosion. It was filmed at 5:15 a.m.
Let's see what we can do here.
Yeah, it's meant to be Egypt, 1941-42, and it's a drama series about the SAS. And it'll be on BBC probably in spring next year. And there you go. And that's one of my aircraft there amongst the aircraft. Behind that's an ME-108 in the foreground. A bit difficult to see it now, but my ME-109 is behind it. And we had to take our ME-109 down to near London to film this.
So is when you said that, I instantly my brain is going, oh, that's all miniatures. But
No,
that
that's
explosion
not.
looks real. So it's
That's-
like, oh, you own a big full-size plane.
No, those are actual full-size planes. Yes, some of them still fly.
So this
And,
one right here is yours?
no, the one behind it. That one. That one's mine. My ME 109. Yeah, full scale ME 109.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask another question, and because while watching Formula One, I've got and now Todd will not know about this bloke. There's a guy in the UK who is more northern than me. His name is Guy Martin.
Yes.
And it's right, I knows. That's how it is. Talks as it is. So he's doing something to do with the Spitfire Battle of Britain, and
That's right. Yes.
And I saw a German. I don't know if it was a Messerschmitt or what, because I'm not in. I don't know. But it was on fire. That it meant to be on fire or something, and was behind it in a Hurricane. I think it's a Hurricane. It's not a Spitfire.
Yeah, I don't know what that is that he's working on.
Because I didn't know if that, because you just said that's your aircraft. I didn't know if they were using. Does yours fly?
No. Ours doesn't have an engine in it. We have a Spitfire as well, which also doesn't have an engine in it. Our Spitfire is half original, half replica. Right. The Messerschmitt is mostly replica, or everything in the cockpit is original, and its undercarriage is original. But it's the only E4. There's only, I think, 3 E4s in Europe, and ours is one of them. So it's in demand now for film and television work like this.
Okay,
it's cool. On Nazi megastructures about 18 months ago, an episode of that, and it was in the film Hurricane that was filmed in 2017 at this same place that this was filmed at. In fact, they're very shortly going to start filming the new Indiana Jones film here at the particular site. That field where the aircraft were on, meant to represent Egypt, they filmed Fury on that field.
Right.
With Brad Pitt, and 1917 that just came out last year or so. That was filmed there as well. Lots of big films have been filmed on that particular field, on that airfield.
Like I say, I hope you get more call for your aircraft to be used.
Yeah. Well, there's a possibility of a new series. Tom Hanks is pushing for a new series, following Band of Brothers and Pacific thing that they did. There's a new series that Tom Hanks is pushing for, trying to get the funding for. They're in discussions about possibly filming that at this place as well. Yeah. Which again, they've said if they do, they might want to use our ME 109 for that. Yeah. Oh, that's me with the.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
My friend wants me to build I've got the big, a big airfix kit of the Spitfire. A customer wanted me to make the 2-seater version because he's going to be flying in the 2-seater. So I was like, "Could you make me the 2-seater at some point?" I'm like, "Okay." So that's something I'll need to get my hands on. That was amazing, man. I mean, we got models, but you got the real thing.
Yes. Yeah, I've been a World War II reenactor since 2002, but I've been collecting militaria since probably 1990.
So you play the game?
That's our ME 109 there.
Right.
There's an actor inside it, dressed as a pilot, and you see the camera they put up on the top there to shoot down at him inside the cockpit. And off to the right, actually, there was a green screen.
So they could do
we did green screen work with the aircraft on both Nazi megastructures. I think it was season 6, episode 2, and also on the film Hurricane. At this same place, we did green screen work using the aircraft there as well.
So the question me and Todd want to ask is, so when are you building an Eagle?
If If Craft got built, I would be having a life-size one of these first. I want one of these. I've begged my mates.
That's it. You're ejected.
Stephen Mell are two brothers. They're the two brothers with with all the money. I put the idea in their heads, and they obviously have got all the money to do all of this with Spitfire and building the ME-109. And but they blame me because I got them into it, and I found the Spitfire in a totally wrecked state, and we bought it for about eight grand. Spent about 40 grand on it, refurbishing it, making it so much better, so that it can go outdoors. It was originally built for an indoor museum display about Johnny Johnson, the famous pilot. Back in the late 70s, we believe, the Spitfire was built. But when I found it in 2016, when it came up for sale, it was in really poor condition. It was in bits. Much of the fiberglass was broken. So, like kit building, it was very much rebuilding it, but it was doing actual real life size. But yes, a real life size Eagle would be great, but I don't think we can put it on the back of a transporter and transport it around the country like we do with this.
No. It's easy. Todd, we come on. We can use this head on this. So what? It's modular. The Eagle's modular. So what do? You have the spine with the walkways, and then you have a pod, and that's on one low loader. Then the other low loader has the 4 leg pods, and the engine section, and the beak upright. It easily fit. Easy.
Well, I think it might require a lottery win to be able to afford that, and be able to afford to transport it.
Well, we can but wonder about stuff like that. I mean, it'd be nice to win the lottery and then just go, oh, what should we have?
Yeah.
What should we have?
Yeah.
I know Todd will be off to Florida and enjoying himself.
Yeah. Here's some of the ships I want to make available from the Dragon's Domain derelict ships.
Right.
This one. All of them.
All of them.
That one's from Dorcons, I believe.
I think all you need is about 20 Saturn V rocket kits.
Yeah.
And build them all.
We can cast parts. We don't have to make them all original kit parts.
And what would you do? Do them in actual 1-to-1 scale as the actual miniature is, or are you going to go a bit smaller?
Actually, make them in several different scales, but the first one would probably be done in original scale. This one's not that big. There's a picture of it. But yeah, I'd like to do some stuff like that. Make some of these original kits come to life. Oh, here's my this is what I was talking about, the nuke. Let me see if I can make this bigger.
Don't blow it up.
No, definitely don't. Don't blow it up. Okay.
Don't do it.
Here's the smaller one.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the 48. So I need the 1/24th scale now.
Cool.
So you see my little Christmas ornaments.
Yes.
Which this year, Christmas ornaments are going to be the laser rifle that Alan Carter always carried, and a helmet.
Oh.
So
are you gonna supply it with different decals so you can have Maya, Koenig, etc., etc.?
Yep, I'd say that'd be a very good idea. So that's what I'm working with on another guy. See, I'm very, 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 very busy.
He's a busy man.
Oh, I told you there was 2 different scale of the original nukes, and there they are.
Yes. All right. Okay. So that smaller one would be in scale with the 22, then, is it?
I would say yeah, because that would be the next smallest they used in the. This is when I was doing my kit searches, using the pictures and everything. But yes, very much. Want to do a 1/24 scale of one of these things. It's pretty neat. Trying to find. But yeah, so probably time to. Looks like people are starting to get tired and.
Well, I'm gonna leave them with a little teaser. Can
Okay.
I?
Oh yeah.
Well, that could end up being.
It'd be a nice little. What do they call those? Skidoo or whatever.
I mean, I can tease even better than that, actually. This is where it falls off the stand, and I swear. And then you get banned by Facebook. Or banned by language. Hang on. Put that there. No, it's on the shelf. I need to work on this. So.
There you go.
Wow.
That's pretty neat. Hold on, let me put you up close so everybody can see that.
What are you going to call it?
Nemo.
Mimo. It does. There you go.
Under the sea.
It looks like it could go underwater too and be in UFO or Thunderbirds.
But the thing is, it's going to have a cage, and this has not worked how I want it to work. But it's going to go. And 1 second. So where it snaps, and I swear at it again. It's going to go somewhere like there-ish.
Interesting.
Right. And what would be its function if it was real?
You would see it around the. You would see it around building of the Ultra Pro.
Right. Okay.
So like what do they call those little
Worker bees.
Worker bees, yeah.
So it's a one man.
An eagle bee.
An eagle bee. So that's something I've been working on unofficially.
Question. How does the pilot access it?
Okay. Can you see? Hang on, I'll show you on this one. It's just easier because obviously I'm building two. Let's move it up there. Right. Right, camera. There we go. Right, can you see that?
Yes.
Hatch. Yep, right there.
Yes.
That's the hatch.
Right. Okay.
With a little hinge. And that would flap.
Yeah.
It's got it doesn't have an atmosphere in it. So it's a little bit like the Hawk. So you'd have no atmosphere. So it's a little something. So,
sorry, I was asking the question because after doing the kits for Cash UFO, and I posted it on YouTube on Facebook today, I posted the question again with a little Tarv alien next to it. How do I get into it? Because that was never really dealt with properly on the series.
Magic.
Yeah.
You beam in, and you beam out again.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Well, yeah, that's a little thing I'm working on. I've still got the Big Eagle. I'm still working on that. Firefly.
There's more?
More. There's always more. Patience, my dear.
Sound like you flushed the toilet.
No, that's later.
I don't want to see that.
Look what I made us start off.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's big.
That's the end. One of the engines, right?
That's the engine section of the Serenity.
Right. That's pretty doggone neat.
Are you building the rest of it?
She's all here. You've seen it, haven't you?
I don't think I have.
Hang on a sec. 1 minute. You can't put everything on at once.
I think he missed that episode.
You missed the episode. You must have. Hang on.
Or he was having troubles. I don't remember.
That's the top of an engine.
Right. Yeah.
That's a piston from it, from under the wing. It's not aluminum, it's aluminium.
It's aluminium. There it is.
Wow. That's really impressive.
Oh yes. Oh, services. Oh yes. So yeah.
What material is it mostly made out of?
That is PLA and tons of car body filler.
Right.
And guard and brass. So it's like I say, the initial thing is it's been 3D printed, but there's so much work I put into this. It's stupid. To make it look.
Is that a customer build? That's what I thought.
I don't get to have much.
Right. But when you get something, it's big.
Oh yeah. My wife said, "Where's that going?" I say, "It's the bedroom."
Right above the bed.
I've been through the same problem. We had this right at the start of this episode. But Todd asked me, where do I store all my dioramas? I said, in this small house, it's a problem. So I take it, Richard, you have the same problem. Is where are you going to store every time you make something new?
Well,
where are you going to store it?
His shop is in the kitchen. Look, he's like in the cupboard. Yeah.
There's a kitchen. There's a washing machine.
All right. Okay.
I used the story. Well, the story is very simple. I used to work down in my shed, and I used to work down there, and I was building a full size new series Dalek from the Tennant Eccleston era. How long ago? 2000. Oh, it's a long time ago. Anyway, we had a load of robberies down the street. They broke into everybody's shed, outhouse, whatever. And they decided to break into mine twice. So first time they took all the model kits that was on the shelves, and then the second time round, they wanted to go for the Dalek, but I brought the Dalek in here, and then they took the rest of the stuff. So my wife just said, "Can't have this. This is." And the thing that annoyed me the most was I had fingerprints, I had a footprint of the person who'd done it, and the police just went, claim off the insurance. That was it.
That's why you need guns. I don't want to get that thing started. Everybody be all
No. But the thing is, I was so annoyed. It really wound me up. And I just said to her, I says, I'm not a politician. I'm nobody famous. I'm not royalty. I'm a nobody. And the police just went, well, we can't find anybody. And just claim the insurance. And I was like, but what if I didn't have insurance? I lost. I mean, there was a lots of kits that were in there that were like, you can't get any more. There was loads of original AMT kits and Mobius kits and stuff like that, and you just can't get them. I claim buy, I made the money by it, but that doesn't. I had model kits because I used to do lots of car models, and they're all just smashed up because the people who broke in just. So anyway, ever since then, I have been working in the kitchen and expanding in the kitchen, which my wife doesn't like. But it's not my fault. I just have to put stuff. And when you run about dioramas, ever since lockdown, I have had so much problems because I don't build small stuff.
Right. And nobody can pick them up.
It's finished. Where the hell do you put it?
Yeah, I know the problem.
I mean, I've got a Thunderbird 1 that's about Serenity when finished, when built up, she's 5'4"
Ouch.
I've got a Thunderbird 1 upstairs that's 4 foot long that I've sold to a customer in Scotland over a year ago.
But you haven't been able to, but you can't take it, you can't come and get it. Yeah.
Can't get it.
Yeah.
And it's just taken. And the scary thing about it is, when I build some things for some people, I want them in the most safest place possible, because if anything happens, I've got to sort it out and repair it in whatever way, and that's taking me away from what I'm meant to be doing now. But yeah, it's like I've had odd customer come down and be doing all the COVID regulations and everything, just so here, take your bloody model.
Yeah.
But don't forget to place an order.
Place another order.
Place another order, and which they've been doing. But no, it's been mad. I mean, what's average size do you do for dioramas, Mark?
1:76 scale. HO scale is what I tend to do. So most of my diorama boards, I use an A1 size board and put whatever onto that. So I've got several A1 size boards with dioramas on them around the house.
What do you mainly do? What's your themes?
Well, I tend to build woodland fields and woodlands, which I photograph mostly UFOs in, but I've also put obviously all my eagles and other stuff into. And I have several moonscape dioramas. So I build, I put my 1:76 or 1:87 scale, whatever, moon base alpha buildings onto.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, it was just a case of I've got to look at the space I'm playing with, and I know I can only go a certain height and a certain size and this, that, and other.
Yeah, although when I first built the first ones, I didn't really think about it that much. I think the first woodland diorama that I built, I just assumed I was going to store it on top of a wardrobe. So I didn't give it much thought, but later on, I realised that I only had so many wardrobes in the house to put these things onto. So as things have ended up now underneath, in the storage space, underneath divan beds with the sliding doors, so I can slide the doors open and just insert the diorama underneath the bed, inside the bed cavity, with the mattress on top of it. That's how I deal with it. Or if they're flatter ones, they're all stacked in my airing cupboard on top of each other.
Right. Yeah. I've still got 5 eagles. They're all customers. Not one's mine. 2 is Todd.
Taking up space.
Todd. We've made one box to transport the Eagle 2 that's going to go with the massive diorama to Hong Kong. Well, I say I've got to make 2 more boxes, one for his Kestrel and one for his Eagle 2. And now he wants me to do a different pod, so I've got to get that done. Because he wants it like the Eagle 2 pod that's currently on Eagle 2 now. So.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Todd, if you ever do, I do recommend. I don't know where I'm from. Sorry, hang on. Oh, I know what. I recommend, if you're doing Space 1999, get your hands on the Shapeways Space 1999 figures, because that's how that's.
Are those the 308 bit?
Yes,
Yeah. Antonio's pretty darn good.
they are. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
they're brilliant.
I'll be sending you some of those too.
They are really, really good. And then he did these, which is on the diorama. So
Which ones? Yeah.
Space, 2001 stuff. But no, and I would recommend those figures, 100%. 100%.
Can you show Richard that picture I just sent you on Messenger?
Yeah. Come on, show me. Show me, Tab.
I haven't got it yet.
Has it not come through yet?
No. When I'm doing this show, sometimes it takes a minute to get things through. While I'm waiting on that to come in, this is what I want eventually from Mr. Ashton, since he likes to build big. And I've got the beginning of it. All he has to go through and do 148 scale. Or no, this is the 124 scale. That I have this all already. But you need to build all the way back here. That's about 5 foot back there. Not right now, though. I'll give you a little break.
So, so you've got everything?
No, just the command module.
Well, that's no good.
It's the same size as the one that you built for me, the command module.
Oh, right. So, copy and paste, Richard. Just do the same.
There you go.
Didn't Andy Grimshaw? Once he was, I don't know if Andy Grimshaw or Andy.
I tried to buy that off of him, but he just didn't.
Has he sold it?
Yeah, he sold it. It was mine at some point, and then it wasn't mine because the shipping.
Didn't you tell him if this was your plan? Did it put him off because it was going over to the States, or did you just say, to send it to Rich?
I should have told him to send it to you. I didn't think.
Then you'd have got the sale. I think it's because you said he wanted to go to the States. That was the instant.
What can I do?
Here we go. So I presume, did you make those tanks, or are they 1612?
They're the 1612 tanks, but I made the buildings and obviously all the rest of the backdrops and stuff that you can see. But it's on my dining table, how I film everything.
Right.
That's a sort of behind the scenes.
So you got to clean up before dinner, huh?
Yes.
So how much depth have you got going on there?
That's altogether, you're looking at about 5 feet from the front edge to the back.
Is that an explosion right there?
Yes, it is. It's my usual technique of white loft insulation sprayed orange with an LED torch positioned behind it.
Nice one.
If you see, there's some other. Have you got the other pictures I sent through, Todd, after it?
One of them.
Just an example of how I put and I was talking at the start of this episode, how I put the dioramas together. You can see there's my painted sky backdrop. There's my lunar mountains, which in this case are looking like some blessed Italy, coast of Italy or something. My ocean diorama, I've since painted the water a much better colour since filming that. Since doing this particular stuff. And you can see one of the smaller dioramas I got with the larger trees and stuff, which I built for my alien figures.
Right.
Konami UFO sitting on the water there, and another one sitting on the table. But that's how I put the stuff together. Sometimes,
At the end of the day, when you look at it like that, you go, "Oh, that looks a bit," but it doesn't matter because that's not what the camera sees.
That's right.
You build it for the camera. I mean, I remember watching some documentaries with Brian, oh dear, it wasn't Brian Johnson. It was Derek Meddings, and Derek Meddings was setting up the shot. It was for GoldenEye, and if you walked on the side of it, there was massive holes in the set.
Yes.
But from the camera, it didn't matter.
Yes.
I've seen this scene before in action.
What have you got the identified shot up? Yes. Yeah, that's my my new version of the opening episode of UFO.
Yeah.
Where, but obviously I managed to find a dinky model of the actual car, and then from the
Which is really hard to get hold of.
Hong Kong. Oh, there's quite a few of them on eBay.
Really?
Yeah, the dinky models of that particular Rolls Royce. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, they're there all the time, and tiny city range of policemen with the motorbikes. I mean, the scales aren't quite the same, but obviously I put the motorbikes more to the front. The road is just roofing felt, with the vegetation with model trees and stuff around it. And again, the same explosion effect with the loft insulation sprayed orange with an LED torch behind it.
I use a lot for. I've done explosions for bits before, and I use teddy. No, I don't kill teddy bears. I use the teddy bear stuff that they put inside it. That you can buy it in bags. It says no. It actually says it on it. No teddy bears were hurt making this product. These they can put all them together. And I use that for explosion. This is that big diorama. This is the big girl. Just photographed on my my Google Pixel phone. Just set it up and just photographed away.
Yes.
It's massive. It's stupid.
It's massive. I thought mine was big.
Oh, dear. Them
really
steps,
nice. Yeah.
those steps took me ages to make. They were because I used to work I used to be a welder fabricator before I did this as a full-time job. And them steps, we used to manufacture stuff like that to go onto sides of buildings and stuff. So I just copied it. Went, I'll build something like that. But don't the 2001 figures work with this? It's weird how they look. Because obviously Brian Johnson looked at the 2001 figures and just went, yeah, that I can utilize the same. Very similar.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why he wanted 2001 figures in helmets on Space 1999. But hey, it's his diorama.
It's his diorama. I mean, I've got all the figures. Oh yeah, I sent you that. I love that. I don't know who's done that, but is that the person who's done it? Catherine. Yeah. That's beautiful. That
she's alright. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the likes of they're the Ceeta figures. They're going to go in the Eagle. And now we're like, okay, fine. But he's going everything. So what you can do that Eagle, you can literally take the because it's got a little peg on the back, and my wife's been killed by the dog. Little peg on the end, and they can just interlock. So you can put the 2001 figures in, you can put the Space 99 figures, and they're all on little. I don't even see that, but there you go. Yeah, it's all on little metal rods. So you just into swap. So wow, I like that. I like that. That really looks like just.
Yeah, That's my alpha part of my alpha building set with an explosion, and I'll be doing more of that once I get my hands on the 1612 Hawks. You said about the stairs, those stairs. Well, the stairs in that, it was the best I could get at the time, and it's one of those, those etched, what do you call it, little kits. Every little individual step you have to build. That was so fiddly that to build that thing, I wanted to throw it on the floor and stamp on it.
Oh, I've been there, but I can't do that.
Yeah, it just kept falling. I mean, when you look at it close up, it's really rickety and really crap.
Yeah, but it works perfectly for the shot.
From the distance.
I'm gonna that roof. That's tree bark, isn't it?
It is. It's birch bark. Yes. Have you got the other one, Todd? The one I sent after that one.
I saw the panel. It looks right. It looks good.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah. The skydiver pen from the episode Psycho Bombs.
Hang on. If we're doing dioramas, if I can find it. I did a pen where I did Stingray.
I put Stingray into this one. Yeah.
I'll show you what's my plan with Stingray. I built this model for somebody, complete in pen. Yeah, it was big. With a full size with a Stingray in there, and sadly the guy had to sell it. But where are we? As per usual, Todd. I didn't do it small.
Yeah,
It's big. It just looked fabulous. Oh dear. You forget how many eagles you built because it's just like filled with blooming eagles. Oh. Them and Millennium Falcons, even though I've only done 2. No, I've done 3. It's my 3rd.
There you go, Richard. There's my Stingray in that same pen.
Oh, nice! I built the grabber that holds it.
Yeah.
Built that as well. Here we go. Right, so I built that. So I'll send them to you, Todd. This was so I did this.
yeah.
I did 3 Stingray dioramas actually. So send them to you, Todd. There's that one. And where's the other one? Should be 2 more. In fact, it should be back that way because I did it at the same time. Oh, here we go. Send them as well. No, that one.
What's that in the tube where it comes out?
Yeah, that's the launch tube. That Stingray is the Airfix Stingray, which is identical to the one that was used in the launch.
That's pretty neat.
Nice.
And it's just a basic lighting rig just at the back. And then there's another one, which is the inside. In the launch bay.
Oops, I lost it.
There you go. Oh, where you go? There you go.
Inside.
And all it is, it's mounted with 2 little 2 bars underneath just to hold it, because obviously it's a very expensive model that, and very sought after. So I couldn't.
Oh, that's cool.
That's nice. Yeah.
That's the other one I did in the actual hangar bay.
So that's on that. Okay, so that
Stingray's about that big. It's about sort of size.
Just a bit bigger than the product.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the diorama.
That's nice.
So where did you get a kit of stingray that size?
That was supplied by Mammoth, a friend of mine in the UK.
Mamas?
Yeah, Mammoth did that.
He usually does
Studio 2. He did that one, and then he's obviously got it's not far, 3 foot, 2.5 foot stingray. I've got another one of them to build this year.
Holy smokes.
And that water is done by the oldest technique in the book, which is using polyfiller. And then what you do, you get your polyfiller and you blend it out so it's all flat. And then you get a sponge, and as it's going off, you just tease it up. And your sponge has got to be wet, and you just tease it up, and then pat it down and just play with it, and you get the water effect, and then paint it accordingly. Just darker. And you should have the last one, which is my favourite, which is the stingray launching out the tube.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this
Nice.
one.
Yeah, that's lovely.
And that stingray was, this guy picked up this stingray when he thought it was the Airfix stingray, but it wasn't. It was a resin copy, and he was going to throw it in the bin. I said, no, don't do that. Like, I'll sort it. I'll make something nice. And
I see what that was, the bubbles.
yeah, we got
To
make the bubbles. Obviously, that's using that teased off stuff that out of the the what do you call it? The
like cotton.
The cotton, yeah. The interior to teddies. But what I did for the bubbles, my wife, she works at a shoe shop, and all the shoes that come in, they come in these. They've got these little packets of silicone balls that they get to take the moisture out. So what I did, I just got loads and loads of those, and just got the thing where I wanted it, and just glued them in onto the thing. Back was done by the force perspective. Back was done by Chris Thompson. So I've done all the stingray bits. So you're in the bay, you're in the tube, now you're launched. Next one I've got to do is it jumping over with a terrorfish behind it.
Done that.
Oh,
I love doing series crossovers.
UFO with a stingray.
how did you get that mounted? Did you just put a little piece of fishing wire on it just to hold it in place?
The UFO you're asking about?
Yes.
It's a very fine piece of fishing line suspended on it.
Oh, right, okay.
That's how I do mine.
Right, yeah.
Very fine piece of fishing line. Yeah, we're trying to video it. Sometimes it shows up, when it just annoys the hell out of me, as it did Derek Meddings when he was shooting them.
So what do? You just digitally remove that?
Sometimes I do, yes. Sometimes I'm lucky. It doesn't show. And so everything you see there, it's all just model work. There's no CGI at all.
Nice.
And I build obviously all the model landscapes, and I've got lots of trees I can just drop in every sort of bits of vegetation.
Do you use that? Oh dear, I forgot the name of the actual. It's you can buy it in like a box, and it's all this weird. It looks like it looks still like a tree. You can take individual pieces of it.
That's right, sea foam. Yeah, sea foam and lichens and moss.
Yeah,
I use and some trees in there stuff you can actually buy. I bought it. I go to toy fairs, local toy fairs, model train fairs, and I just pick up secondhand trees and stuff really cheap.
Right.
To add to the stuff, but a lot of the trees I make myself, and I was demonstrating before you came on this how I make trees, and some new technique I'm using at the moment now. where I've taken a old DVDs that won't work in my DVD recorder as a base, and a hole in it, and there's a little screw there. And these woody bits are there were annual bedding plants from last year that go very well, and I keep them. And I think, oh, that looks a nice, interesting tree shape. So I keep them, and I put the lichens and stuff onto them, which I'll be doing in the next week when more lichen arrives from eBay, which I just ordered tonight.
Right.
And to make trees. And so I could just, and obviously on these bases, I could just move them around and use them in any of my diorama sets.
Yes, yeah, because at the end of the day, the thing is so thin.
Yeah.
The thing is so thin, you've got nothing to worry about.
That's going to be quite a big one. But I need big. At the end of the day,
you'll have that. I presume you'll have that really close to camera, and then go further back.
Yeah. Well, I needed really big trees because now I've got a really big UFO after today.
Oh yeah.
So I need big trees to go with them.
Todd, we're going to have to make some big planets.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I see this happening. So we're on 3 hours now. So
3 hours.
I gotta go.
I'm sorry I was late coming in. Obviously,
that's all right.
Grand Prix, but I said I'd try my best to get in. And it was like an hour's flown past, or maybe a bit more. But yeah, it's great to talk to you again, Mark, and obviously Todd.
I appreciate you guys.
The thing about it is, I know we talk on here about Space 1999 and this, that, and other, but I think I think I've said this before, but modelling is an art that is not hip, it's not niche, it's not what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to just buy something that's finished, and there we go. They don't want to spend that time building it and learning the skills that it takes to build, paint, etc. And it takes years, and some people just want it like that, and it doesn't happen like that.
Right.
But it's good for us to actually explain situations of we're building this, and this is how it's built, and these are little techniques, and these little things that somebody might go, oh, I like that. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm doing something. That's how to do it. I had no idea how to do that. Now I do. I can put it into practice. So you're inspiring somebody and you're making them want to do stuff.
It's what happened with me. The first alpha building I did was the observation outpost.
Right.
And somebody, I think, had built one and put it on Facebook. Mm-hmm. I think they'd done it out card, and I thought, card?
Oh, yeah.
That. So I had a go, and it worked. And after that, I just thought, right, okay, main mission tower is next. Let's have a go at that. Yeah. And that's how I got into it, inspired by other people. And I hope that's what we do, that we inspire other people to want to give it a go, to build their own stuff.
I mean, this Blade Runner diorama I'm working on now. I got the baseboard, got everything worked out, but then it comes to the buildings, and I'm like going, how am I going to do this? You know, how do I can see something in my mind, but there's lots of clouds in front of it, and I can't see through the clouds. I can't see what I really want to do. So then it was a case of, right, cereal packets. I'll make some buildings so I can see it in my mind's eye. Because in the day, it's only cardboard. Right. If you go wrong, you can just rip it up, throw it in a bin, get another piece of cardboard. When it comes to actually cutting some wood or cutting some perspex to make something, you're wasting valuable material. But a bit of cardboard, doesn't matter.
That's what's inside all of my alpha buildings is Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes boxes.
That's it. Have you ever used foam board?
Yes, I have started using foam board now, yes. And the next couple of alpha buildings I'm going to be building for the War Games diorama bit I'll be doing, I will be using bits of foam board, yes. Yeah.
Like I say, foam board is brilliant. It's really good stuff to work with.
Yes, it's easy to cut. Yeah.
It's so easy to cut. It speeds things up no end. I mean, like I say, with the Blade Runner thing I've got to do, I've got to make a lot of the buildings out of perspex because there's so many little windows on these things. And the last thing I want to do is cutting out every little window. So all I'll do is I'll just work out how my windows are going to go, and then I'll just go a strip of masking tape or a strip of masking tape over a little thin strip, and then I'll just cut it into and that'll be on my window. So when I come to spray it, there's on my window. Take it all off. All my windows are done. Backlight it. All the windows are there to how I want them. So, but
Todd,
brilliant.
Can you show the last photo I just sent you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it.
See if Richard can identify what I used.
Go for it. I'm not promising on that, but yeah.
It's another UFO diorama.
Okay.
Some kind of.
Well, I would suggest.
It's a base.
I'll tell you what it is.
That's my painting palette. Is it that?
No, it's plastic food containers that you buy box salads in. You buy your sausages from Asda in.
Yeah, and then just spray it bronze.
That's right. Yeah.
And just put in, light it accordingly, and
yeah, that's all it is.
That's crazy.
It's food containers upturned, sprayed that metallic bronze. Yeah.
You're going back to the days of the lemon squeezer and the Thunderbird 1 launch bar. You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I see something, I think, oh, I can use that. That's really cool. I'll be able to do that with it. I'll be able to do this with it. I'll be able to, and so on. I'm going to send you one last one. Let's see if you can identify what these are. And I was showing this to some people this weekend, and it was like, you're joking. Just sent you that one, Todd. This is a Captain Scarlet scene that I did. The silos. Any ideas?
Well, firstly, hang on. Firstly, can I say that looks mint? It really does. I mean, I'm guessing that that rock formation at the back is a photo.
No, it's not. I made it. It started out as one big piece of birch bark, and I covered it over with mod rock and then painted it all. Right. I mean, Mark, the left-hand side of that shot, I would say that looks real. That looks like some cliffs. I mean, all of it does. I mean, that is bloody. Did you do the moon landings by any chance? Did you? I have been asked this question. This very question.
No, well, I don't know what you've used, but I will say.
Right. The silos. Have you ever bought a box of toffee?
See, look at that. Nick McCartney pulled it right out.
There we go. Nick knows.
It's toffee out of toffee box. All the little toffees all sit in, just turned upside down.
I mean, it amazes me, but just that background, I'm just blown away. You're in the wrong job, Mark. You're in the wrong job, dude. Yeah, you've got an eye. I mean, you've got an eye to frame a shot. You definitely got an eye to frame a shot.
Yeah.
Where are you based, Mark, by the way?
I live on the Wirral.
Damn, you're not local. I'd say, come over here, set up a shot. Let's get some big miniatures in there.
Where are you?
I'm Derbyshire. So.
Oh, right. Well, my mates with the aircraft live near Derby.
Oh, right. Okay. It's not too far away.
Belper.
Belper. Yeah, I know what Belper is.
Yeah.
Hobbit country. That's where we live. We live in Hobbit country.
Right.
Because less than 100 yards away from the house, you look at the hills and you go, it's like you're in Hobbiton. It's
Pretty cool.
pretty cool. Mr.
All right.
Candle Show. Right.
Gotta roll.
Have
Toddy
we, got
needs
to, have
more
we done?
body.
Are we done? Are we done? You don't want us anymore. Right, okay.
So, thanks, Mark.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Richard. Thank all you people out there that have been watching this 3-hour-long program.
I hope we haven't bored you too much.
No,
I hope you want some inspiration.
They've hung in with us. A couple left, came back. Dennis, I think he left and came back. Nick gets the prize today. He named what those domes were, so that's pretty cool.
Pretty good. Yeah, you got it.
End of day, interesting shapes. If you get something that's got an interesting shape,
Mm-hmm.
If you want to see more, go and look on my website, marksmodelworlds.com.
Mark's model work.
Yeah, but
Model
a little hyphen in between Marks and Worlds and model. So it's marks-model-worlds.com. Have a look at my website. It's all on there.
cool.
Right on.
Broken down by series and film.
Okay, so it's an Ashton. Thank you.
Thanking you for having me. I mean, I wish I'd have come a bit sooner, but
That's all right. I know
Formula
it's
One.
late where you guys are at. I mean, it's what, 11 o'clock?
Is it?
It's 10:15 here.
Quarter
That's 10, and I've got and now when I leave you, I'll have the orders to make a cup of tea and a slice of cake.
I'm gonna go find dinner. Yeah. and a restroom.
All right, then. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night and happy modelling. You know,
All
keep
right.
doing it. Keep doing it.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, everybody. That concludes this episode. Thanks for hanging out with us. Catch you later. Next week, Todd's Corner, same time, 2 o'clock. No sugar. Good night, Nick. See y'all later. Bye now.